system is surrounded by
frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
the entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by.
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing.
Surrounded by.
The entire entire system is surrounded by
frickin' idiots.
Surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Frickin' idiots.
surrounded by the idiots.
idiots.
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system
Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Freaking idiots.
surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Freaking idiots.
surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Freaking idiots.
surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Freaking idiots.
surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Freaking idiots.
surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system is surrounded by
Freaking idiots.
surrounded by idiots.
idiots.
Idiots. Idiots. Surrounded by. I am surrounded by.
I'm often surrounded by
The entire system
is the challenge. It is a challenge. And I do think when people are going into grocery stores and they're scared to look at the numbers going
Yes.
up and they're having to take stuff out the basket and take it back in
Yes.
front of their children, those things are points of pain.
Can you,
Test, test, test.
hello? Can you hear me on the live?
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, I turned something on.
Wow.
Da 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 da.
Yo, here we go. Ready to flow.
We're not gonna do that today. It's a Memorial Day.
Trump or Biden, which one's gonna go? I don't know.
I don't like all these far left raps you're doing right now.
You love Kodak Black.
That's
You
not-
freed him.
Wait, he's not far left. He's from the good state of Florida. He's not from China.
Oh, not oh. I missed the little statements and jabs.
For reference,
Rocket Man.
For reference, it starts in a minute 43 seconds, well, 38, 37. It's counting down. He went Men in Black / Biden,
Yeah.
and I went full Trump. That's what I did. You know,
That's what you did. That's your choice.
there's a lot of people who don't understand what I'm doing. They're not good people. They're not smart people. They're dumb people.
On both sides.
They're good people on both sides. That's if I ever met him, I'd be like, look, nigga, let's talk about this though, real quick. There weren't too many good people on that other side.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, here we
got
go.
the stream going. And so every once in a while, I'm going to pop in a little bit of the young CNN like this. Boom.
the most articulate man in
You
the
see what I'm saying?
world.
So,
Wow.
so I got it so people can't, necessarily.
You think the whole hearing?
Make sure you can hear the CNN on the.
I can hear. Wait, in the live.
You can't say you did the whole thing.
Like you.
Are you still impressed with me?
Every time. Every time. Like I love this nigga.
It's an echo though.
We're live from Georgia, a key battleground state in the race for the White House. In just moments, the current U.S. president will debate the former U.S. president as their party's presumptive nominees, a first in American history. We want to welcome our viewers in the United States and around the world to our studios in Atlanta. This is the CNN presidential debate.
This debate is being produced by CNN and is coming to you live on CNN, CNN International, CNN.com, CNN Max, and
It's a slight echo, but I think people.
The
will
echo's
live with it.
fine.
It's probably actually good because then it probably doesn't pick up as well
Yeah, because they can just
for
double
striking
hear.
us.
Yeah.
I also haven't put the full screen in the.
Okay.
You think that's smart?
No, this is fine. Yeah, this is good. I want to hear what they're saying. We gotta I'm trying to. Oh shit! What am I doing?
Our job is to facilitate a debate between the two candidates tonight. Before we introduce them, we want to share the rules of the debate with the audience.
Quick question: do we want to maybe? Wow!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, we're doing things.
We are.
We're doing things, people.
Oh my god!
And rebuttals. An additional minute for follow-up, clarification, or response is at the moderator's discretion.
Oh yeah, I saw this thing where they were like, "Oh, the mic."
his microphone will be turned on, and his opponent's
Oh yeah. I don't think this is gonna suit Trump well.
It's not gonna work. I want Trump to be able to disrupt.
Yeah, and spaz out. That's only right.
Yeah.
There is no studio audience tonight.
I would say elder abuse, but they're the same age. Basically, about.
George Bush is younger than both of them. George Bush is 77, my guy. He can do a whole nother term real quick. Knock it out. Crazy.
Oh, look at him. Here he comes. Here he goes.
The moving robot.
He's just look straight. Go to the. That's mine, right? Okay.
That took a lot out.
So what are we gonna take a shot of whenever? What?
Oh, well, I got this.
I
Oh,
can't. We can't. It's happening. I don't even know if we have time.
Well, we got to take a shot of this.
Just because they're starting.
It's Mount Fuji. Got this when I was out in Japan. It's a special whiskey.
Every time something wild happens, we're fucking taking a shot. Fuck it.
100%.
Is their top concern the economy? President Biden, inflation has slowed, but prices remain high. Since you took office, the price of essentials has increased. For example, a basket of groceries that cost $100 then now costs more than $120. And typical home prices have jumped more than 30%. What do you say to voters who feel they are worse off under your presidency than they were under President Trump?
We got to take a look at what I was left when I became president, what Mr. Trump left me. We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach in your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed.
Oh, yeah. He's listing it off.
He's
like, I got
He's got notes.
out.
It was terrible. And so what we had to do was try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where we have 800,000 manufacturing jobs. But there's more to be done. There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble. I come from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I come from a household where the kitchen tables, things weren't anything.
You ain't been in
Bro, you ain't been in that motherfucker for
The price of
years.
eggs, the price of gas, the price of
Michael Scott's more
price of whole range. That's why I'm working so hard to make sure I deal with those problems. And we're going to make sure to reduce the price of housing. We're going to make sure we build
How?
2 million new units.
Give me a plan.
And make sure we cap rents so corporate greed can't take over. The combination of what's left of corporate greed is the reason why we're in this problem right now.
Man, he moving
In
through this
addition
now.
to that,
No, he's like, yeah. They gave him a shot.
Look at all that was done in his administration. He didn't do much at all. By the time he left, things were in chaos. Literally chaos. And so we put things back together. We created, I said, those jobs. We make sure we have a situation where we brought down the price of prescription drugs, which is a major issue for many people, to $15 for an insulin shot as opposed to $400. No senior has to pay more than $200 for any drug, all drugs they can conclude beginning next year. And the situation is we're going to make that available to everybody, to all Americans. So we're working to bring down the price of around the kitchen table, and that's what we're going to get done.
Bring down the price.
Thank you, President Trump.
Table. Okay, but
We have the greatest economy in the history of our country.
okay.
We have never done so well. Everybody was amazed by it. Other countries were copying us. We got hit with COVID.
Just saying
And
shit.
when we did, we spent the money necessary so we wouldn't end up in a Great Depression, the likes of which we had in 1929. By the time we finished, so we did a great job. We got a lot of credit for the economy, a lot of credit for the military, and no wars, and so many other things. Everything was rocking good.
This
But the
doesn't
thing we
work
never
well
got
when
credit
you got
for,
the
and we
mic.
should have, is getting us
Because
out
it
of
just
that
sounds like he's
COVID
saying
mess.
nothing.
He created mandates that was a disaster for our country, but other than that, we had given them back a country where the stock market actually was higher than pre-COVID, and nobody thought that was even possible. The only jobs he created were for illegal immigrants and bounce back
He
jobs,
was,
a bounce back
running
from the
things.
COVID. He has not done a good job. He's done a poor job, and inflation's killing our country. It is absolutely killing us.
It is killing us.
Thank you,
It's
President Biden.
killing us.
Well, look, the greatest economy in the world. He's the only one who thinks that, I think. I don't know anybody else who thinks they're the greatest economy in the world. And, you know, the fact of the matter is that we find ourselves in a situation where his economy, he rewarded the wealthy. He had the largest tax cut in American history, $2 trillion.
He's like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, damn right.
You're damn right I did.
I kept these wheels moving, motherfucker.
That lost more jobs than he had when he began, since Herbert Hoover. The idea that he did something that was significant. And the military,
Yo, the face
you know,
Trump had.
when he was president, they were still killing people in Afghanistan. He didn't do anything about that. When he was president, we were still finding ourselves in a position where you had a notion that we were this
Wait, yeah, they
country.
weren't killing people.
Truth
Well,
is, I'm the
well,
only
because he
president
left
in
Afghanistan.
the century
He's the one that left
doesn't have
that.
any-
And now
Yeah.
the Taliban has taken up.
any
Yeah,
churches
but that's not
anywhere in the world like he did.
President Trump, I want to follow up if I can. You want
to respond to him?
Well, I'm going to ask you a follow-up. You
Let's
can do
take
whatever you
this
want
shot.
with the minute
Let's
that
get
you
a little
give.
saucy.
I want to follow up.
Cheers. By the way, these are
10%
vape cups.
tariff on goods coming into the U.S.
Japanese whiskey.
How will you ensure that that doesn't drive prices even higher?
It's just going to cost countries that have been ripping us off for years, like China and many others, in all fairness to China. It's going to just force them to pay us a lot of money, reduce our deficit tremendously, and give us a lot of power for other things. But he made a statement. The only thing he was right about is I gave you the largest tax cut in history. I also gave you the largest regulation cut in history. That's why we had all the jobs. And the jobs went down, and then they bounced back, and he's taking credit for bounce back jobs. You can't do that. He also said he inherited 9% inflation. No, he inherited almost no inflation, and it stayed that way for 14 months. And then it blew up under his leadership because they spent money like a bunch of people that didn't know what they were doing, and they don't know what they were doing. It was the worst, probably the worst administration in history. There's never been. And as far as Afghanistan is concerned, I was getting out of Afghanistan, but we were getting out with dignity, with strength, with power.
I knew that was
He
coming.
got out. It was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country's life.
Sleepy.
President Trump,
They
over
did
the
leave
last
them a lot of
10
weapons
years,
and a
under
lot
both
of
of your
beds and a lot of
administrations,
And
cars
they left
and a
these
lot
all
of
kind of
record
tanks and
high.
shit. I'm like,
And
what are you
according to a new
doing?
nonpartisan analysis, President Trump, your administration approved $8.4 trillion in new debt, while so far, President Biden, you've approved $4.3 trillion in new debt. So former President Trump, many of the taxes that you signed into law are set to expire next year.
That's not
You
the
want to
stream.
extend them and go even further, you say. With the U.S. facing trillion-dollar deficits and record debt, why should top earners and corporations pay even less in taxes than they do now?
Because the tax cut spurred the greatest economy that we've ever seen just prior to COVID. And even after COVID, it was so strong that we were able to get through COVID much better than just about any other country. But we spurred, that tax spurred. Now, When we cut the taxes,
that's the thing,
as
he's
an
not
example,
responding
the
to
corporate
him.
tax was cut down to 21%.
He's just reading
from
those shit off.
31%.
Like, I got
Plus
this.
beyond
He
that.
knew what they were going
We
to
took
ask.
more
This,
revenue
this.
with much less tax, and companies were bringing back trillions of dollars back into our country. The country was going like never before. And we were ready to start paying down
Going
debt.
like
We were
never
ready to start
before.
using the liquid gold right under our feet, the oil and gas right under our feet. We were going to have something that nobody else has had. We got hit with COVID. We did a lot to fix it. I gave him an unbelievable situation with all of the therapeutics and all of the things that we came up with.
Look at his
We
face.
gave him something good. Remember, more people
Look,
died.
why is he's
under
angry?
his administration,
Super angry.
even though we had largely fixed it. More people died under his administration than our administration, and we were right in the middle of it. Something which a lot of people don't like to talk about. But he had far more people dying in his administration. He did
I mean, this is the most alert them eyes ever looked at.
The vaccine went out. He did a mandate of the vaccine, which is the thing that people most objected to about the vaccine.
Where's my wife?
And he did a very poor job,
Slipping.
just a very poor job.
Oh,
And I will tell you, not only poor there, but throughout the entire world, we're no longer respected as a country. They don't respect our leadership. They don't respect the United States anymore. We're like a third world nation between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent. All of the things he's done, we've become like a third world nation. And it's a shame. The damage he's done to our country. And I'd love to ask him, and will, why he allowed millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to come into our country
the
and
immigration
destroy
issue.
our country.
President Trump, we will get to immigration later in this block. President
No, I wanna
Biden,
ask him
I'd
now.
like to give you an
That's what
opportunity
he
to
said.
respond to this question about the national debt.
He had the largest national debt of any president in a 4-year period, number one. Number two, he got $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy. What I want him to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires in America. What's happened? They're in a
1,000
situation where
trillionaires?
They, in fact, pay 8.2%.
He said we got 1,000
If
trillion.
they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 billion, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our health care system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do.
Look at Trump, look at him. He said, you all right?
If
Oh, no!
Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare. Because all of these people are coming in. They're putting them on Medicare. They're putting them on Social Security. They're going to destroy Social Security. This man is going to single-handedly destroy Social Security. These millions and millions of people coming in, they're trying to put them on Social Security. He will wipe out Social Security. He will wipe out Medicare. So he was right in the way he finished that sentence. And it's a shame. What's happened to our country in the last 4 years.
Wasn't Trump trying to get rid of Social Security or something? Like, what is
They cannot believe what happened to the United States of America. We're no longer respected. They don't like us. We give them everything they want, and they think we're stupid. They think we're very stupid people. What we're doing for other countries, and they do nothing for us. What this man has done is absolutely criminal.
Thank you, President Trump. Tana?
This is the first presidential election since the
so they
Supreme
going
Court
straight,
overturned
no commercials?
Roe v. Wade. This morning, the court ruled on yet another abortion case, temporarily allowing emergency abortions to continue in Idaho, despite that state's restrictive ban. Former President Trump, you take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, which returned the issue of abortion to the states. However, the federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access to abortion pills. They're used in about 2/3 of all abortions. As president, would you block abortion medication?
First of all, the Supreme Court just approved the abortion bill, and I agree with their decision to have done that, and I will not block it. And if you look at this whole question that you're asking, complex but not really complex. 51 years ago, you had Roe v. Wade, and everybody wanted to get it back to the states. Everybody, without exception. Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives. Everybody wanted it back. Religious leaders. And what I did is I put 3 great Supreme Court justices on the court, and they happened to vote in favor of killing Roe v. Wade and moving it back to the states. This is something that everybody wanted. Now, 10 years ago or so, they started talking about how many weeks and how many this and getting into other things. But every legal scholar throughout the world, the most respected, wanted it brought back to the states. I did that.
Every
now
legal
the states
scholar
in the world.
In Ohio, it was a decision that was an end result that was a little bit more liberal.
I think they give
than we would
a
have
fuck
thought.
what's going on.
Kansas, I would say the same thing. Texas is different. Florida is different. But they're all making their own decisions right now. And right now, the states control it. That's the vote of the people. Like Ronald Reagan, I believe in the exceptions. I am a person that believes. And frankly, I think it's important to believe in the exceptions. Some people, you have to follow your heart. Some people don't believe in that. But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important. Some people don't. Follow your heart. But you have to get elected also. And because that
Some people don't. If you get
you got to get elected. The problem they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia, he said,
Wait, what did he say?
He said they want to do it even after birth. They want to turn their babies after. They want to kill the baby after it comes out. When?
I've never heard of
8, 9 months. When?
It's been a great thing.
Thank you, President Biden.
It's been a terrible thing.
You're lying.
The vast majority of constitutional scholars supported Roe when it was decided. Supported Roe. And that's this idea that they're all against it.
What's good to everybody in the chat?
And
What's
this is the guy
popping?
who says the state should be able to have it. We're in a state where in 6 weeks, you don't even know whether you're pregnant or not, but you cannot see a doctor and have him decide on what your circumstances are, whether you need help. The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states. Let each state have a different rule. Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by...
Whoa, you don't say that and don't say her name.
Coming in, they talk about that.
He went to her funeral?
You don't remember nobody name.
Lake and Riley.
He don't remember that.
It's ridiculous.
Her name was Lake. I don't think Trump remembers it either.
No. But it's different not remembers. He can't. He does not give a fuck.
He allows to come across our border. We have a border that's the most dangerous place anywhere in the world, considered the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. And he opened it up, and these killers are coming into our country. And they are raping and killing women. And it's a terrible thing.
That's that's heavy fear-mongering.
The states are voting.
That is how you make people look at all.
It's frankly a very liberal decision. In many cases, it's the opposite. But they're voting, and it's bringing it back to the vote of the people, which is what everybody wanted, including the founders if they knew about this issue, which frankly they didn't. But they would have. Everybody wanted brought back. Ronald Reagan wanted it brought back. He wasn't able to get it. Everybody wanted it brought back, and many presidents had tried to get it back. I was the one to do it. And again, this gives it the vote of the people, and that's where they wanted it.
Why is Trump and Soulja Boy the same person?
Oh my God.
Staying on the topic
I was
of
the first to do
President
it.
Biden,
I was
7
first.
states. I'll let you do that. This is the same topic. 7
He
states
was like,
have no legal restrictions on how far into a pregnancy a woman can obtain an abortion. Do you support any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate a pregnancy?
I supported Roe v. Wade, which had 3 trimesters. First time is between a woman and a doctor. Second time is between a doctor and an extreme situation. The third time is between the doctor, between the woman and the state. The idea that the politicians, the politicians, to be the ones making decisions about women's health is ridiculous. That's the last. No politician should be making that decision. A doctor should be making those decisions. That's how it should be run.
No, the woman herself should be making those decisions.
No, when it comes to a woman's health, yeah, it should be a doctor and the woman's decision. Not just,
Take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth.
Who?
He's just saying shit. Put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it.
Put the baby down, and we decide what to do with it.
Kill the baby. Nobody wants that to happen. Democrat or Republican, nobody wants it to happen.
That is simply not true. The Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only a woman's life is in danger. She's going to die. That's the only circumstance in which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period. Period.
Under Roe v. Wade, you have late-term abortion. You can do whatever you want, depending on the state. You can do whatever you want. We don't think that's a good thing. We think it's a radical thing. We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the Republicans.
For 51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court. He takes credit for taking it away. What's he going to do? What's he going to do, in fact, if the MAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the MAGA Republicans control the Congress, and they pass a universal ban on abortion, period, across the board, at 6 weeks or 7 or 8 or 10 weeks, something very, very conservative. Is he going to sign that? Very good point. I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
Thank you.
Let's turn now to the issue of immigration and border security.
Oh, you're not letting him speak. He said, "Would you?" And then you see they're not even showing his face.
And overburdening cities such as New York and Chicago, and in some cases causing real safety and security concerns.
Yo, this is so trash that they don't let this nigga just
solve this crisis.
We worked very hard to get a bipartisan agreement that not only changed all that.
I keep wanting to say something, but I keep wanting to listen to what you're saying, so I'm trying to, it's hard to find the middle.
Where they come across the border with the number of border police there are now. We significantly increased the number of asylum officers. Significantly, by the way, the Border Patrol endorsed my position.
Okay.
In addition to that, we found ourselves in a situation where, when he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages, making sure that the families were separated. That's not the right way to go. What I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border legally.
Wait, what?
That's not left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we can do with more border patrol.
I won't front. His stutter is back.
Asylum.
Now he's getting older.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of this.
Take a shot!
We have the safest border in the history of our country. All he had to do is leave it. He decided to open up our border, open up our
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he just said just now. But me...
People that are from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists.
He hits the fear-mongering hard, bro.
It's actually troubling. It's very, it's disturbing.
Yeah. From the Middle East, everywhere, all over the world, they're pouring in.
Because if he were to
This guy just
target this and change his target to like us.
Yeah.
And
Blacks are just pillaging and raping and taking.
Are they? See, he's so convinced.
And then they're just like, really?
According to Border Patrol,
so convincing. Are they now?
See, and people will be like, are they?
Endorse me for president. Brandon, just speak to him. But
Brandon,
we had the
go
same
Brandon.
Who's Brandon?
Now we have the worst border in history.
They call violence the go
And
Brandon.
people are dying all over the place, including the people that are coming up in
Thank you, President
caravans.
Trump. President Biden?
The only terrorist who's done anything across the border is one who came along and killed 3 under his administration. Killed an Al-Qaeda person coming in.
An Al-Qaeda person?
Killed 3 American soldiers. Killed 3 American soldiers. That's the only terrorist that's there. I'm not saying that no terrorist ever got through, but the idea they're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people. That's simply not true. There's no data to support what he said. Once again, he's exaggerating, he's lying.
President Trump, staying on the topic of immigration, you've said that you're going to carry out
trying to work on the echo.
domestic
I can't talk
deportation
and work on the
operation
echo,
in
y'all. My
history,
bad.
unquote.
As
Does that
long as y'all
mean
can
you
still
will
hear.
deport
They're saying there's an echo.
Yeah, but
in America,
only one person.
including those who
Because you
have
can still.
jobs, including those whose spouses are citizens, and including those who have lived here for decades.
And you're right.
And if
RFK
so,
should be
how
here.
will you do
You
it?
definitely should be.
Just one second. You said we killed 3 people. The people we killed are al-Baghdadi and Soleimani, the 2 greatest terrorists, biggest terrorists anywhere in the world. And it had a huge impact on everything, not just border, on everything. He's the one that killed people with a bad border, including hundreds of thousands of people dying, and also killing our citizens when they come in. We are living right now in a rat's nest. They're killing our people in New York, in California, in every state in the union.
He's trying to get that good old
Every state is now a
Trumpers.
border. And because of his
border is
ridiculous,
how he wins.
insane,
I get
very
it.
stupid policies, people
It's
are coming
ridiculous.
in
Didn't
and
they-
killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen. We call it migrant crime. I call it Biden migrant crime. They're killing our citizens at a level that we've never seen before. And you're reading it like these three incredible young girls over the last few days. One of them, I just spoke to the mother, and he just had the funeral for this girl, 12 years old. This is horrible what's taking place. What's taking place in our country. We're literally an uncivilized country now. He doesn't want it to be. He just doesn't know. He opened the borders. Nobody's ever seen anything like that.
He ain't listening to nothing that nigga in the back told him to say.
No.
Because they're going to destroy our country. Just take a look at where they're living. They're living in luxury hotels in New York City and other places. Our veterans are on the street. They're dying because he doesn't
You know
care
that
about
they took over the
veterans.
hotel
He
where
doesn't
Made in
like
Manhattan
veterans
was
at all.
filmed.
And he doesn't care
Oh
about
my God,
veterans.
it's no longer a
Nobody
hotel.
worse.
And that was like a 4-star
rating for veterans taking
And they just took it?
Well,
He
they
has
didn't
the
take it.
worst.
They put them in
All
there.
the things
The
that
city
I
of New York
approved,
put them in.
choice that I got through Congress,
And now it's not a
all the
hotel.
different things I approved, they abandoned. We had by far the highest, and now it's down in less than half because he's done all these great things that we did, and I think he did it just because I approved it, which is crazy. But he has killed so many people at our border by allowing all of these people to come in. And it's a very sad day in America.
President Biden, you have the mic.
Every single thing he says is a lie. Every single one. For example, veterans are a hell of a lot better off since they passed the PACT Act. 1 million of them now have insurance, and their families have it. Their families have it because what happened, whether it was Agent Orange or burn pits, they're all being covered now. And he opposed, his group opposed that. We're also in a situation where we have great respect for veterans. My son spent a year in Iraq, living on the next one of those burn pits, came back with stage 4 glioblastoma. I was recently in France for D-Day. And I spoke to all of those heroes that died. I went to the World War II.
Hey, he's remembering his
You're doing good, bro.
He was standing in his
Proud
four-star
of
general,
Papa.
and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're a sucker.
You should have never said anything about your son.
First of all, that was a made-up quote, suckers and losers. They made it up. It was in a third-rate magazine that's failing, like many of these magazines. He made that up. He put it in commercials. We've notified him. We had 19 people that said I didn't say it. And think of this. Who would say I'm at a cemetery or I'm talking about our veterans? Because nobody's taking better care. I'm so glad this came up, and he brought it up. There's nobody that's taken better care of our soldiers than I have. To think that I would, in front of generals and others, say suckers and losers. We have 19 people that said it was never said by me. It was made up by him, just like Russia was made up.
That Russia
Just like
collusion
the
shit
51
was bullshit.
intelligence agents are made up. Just like the new thing with the 16 economists are talking, it's the same thing. 51 intelligence agents said that the laptop was Russia disinformation. It wasn't.
No,
That came
it
from
was
his
not.
son
That was-
Hunter.
I told you he shouldn't have brought up his son. I said you don't.
Hunter. Apologize to me right now.
I said don't say anything about your children.
Period. That's number one. And number two, the idea that I have to apologize to you for anything along the line. We've done more for veterans than any president has in American history. And then now we're a family. The only sacred obligation we have as a country is to care for our veterans when they come home.
He looked like a
their
kid
families,
who's
and
being
equip them when they go to
lectured.
war.
It's just like,
That's what
Yeah,
we're doing.
but see, the
That's
thing
what
is,
the
I don't
VA
believe
is
neither
doing.
one of these
They're
niggas.
doing
No, of
more
course
for
not.
veterans than ever
But I
before.
know that
thank you so
I
much.
know what he on. Look at how he's even acting. I know what he's on.
He on gangster shit.
Yeah,
He on-
this other nigga is full of shit because he is a gangster. He's holding the gangsterism, but he's acting like he's not.
Yeah.
And that's what bothers me. But they're both bad candidates.
Is already claimed,
Putting that out there.
and Ukraine abandons its bid to join NATO. Are Putin's terms acceptable to you?
First of all, our veterans and our soldiers can't stand this guy. They can't stand him. They think he's the worst commander-in-chief, if that's what you call him, that we've ever had. They can't stand him. So let's get that straight. And they like me more than just about any of them. And that's based on every single bit of information. As far as Russia and Ukraine, if we had a real president,
Biden looked like old Biden smiling right
was
there.
respected
This
by
nigga's
Putin,
wild.
This nigga be
he
high.
would have never invaded Ukraine. A lot of people are dead right now, much more than people know. You know, they talk about numbers. You can double those numbers, maybe triple those numbers. He did nothing to stop it. In fact, I think he encouraged Russia from going in. I'll tell you what happened. He was so bad with Afghanistan. It was such a horrible embarrassment, most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, that when Putin watched that and he saw the incompetence, that he should have fired those generals like I fired the one that you mentioned. And so he's got no love lost. But he should have fired those generals. No general got fired for the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country, Afghanistan, where we left billions of dollars of equipment behind. We lost 13 beautiful soldiers.
Crazy! No one's even doing that here.
And by the way, we left people behind too. We left American citizens behind. When Putin saw that, he said, "You know what? I think we're going to go in and maybe take my. This is his dream. I talked to him about it. His dream. The difference is,
talk to him about
it. Ukraine never, just like Israel would have never been invaded in a million years by Hamas. You know why? Because Iran was broke with me. I wouldn't let anybody do business with them. They ran out of money. They were broke. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money for anything. No money for terror. That's why you had
no money for terror.
No money for terror.
You think Iraq ever don't got money for terror?
There's so much money for terror.
That's all. Where all the money
money's
goes.
for terror.
Never heard so much malarkey in my whole life. Look, in fact,
Malarkey! Cheers. This nigga's way too old. Malarkey. He said that seriously.
Damage for a number of these troops, and he did nothing about it. Recently, not when he was president, they attacked. He said they're just having headaches.
Nigga, this better than the Super Bowl.
He didn't do a thing.
I'm just having so much fun.
I'm enjoying
You
myself.
see, I want to talk more, but I can't because I'm enthralled.
Americans and others out.
This is the best thing ever.
Yo, and if Trump wasn't in it, this shit would not be cracking.
No, this shit would be terrible. This shit would be so. It's. I wish we could pause this. This is live.
Do whatever you want.
We got one old man beating up another old man
in the park.
Do whatever you want. And he went in. Listen to what he said when he went in. He was going to take Kyiv in 5 days, remember? Because it's part of the old Soviet Union. That's what he wanted to reestablish. Kyiv. And he, in fact, didn't do it at all. He didn't when able to get it done. And they've lost thousands and thousands of troops. 500,000.
So you're bragging about? Yeah, cut him off because you're bragging about niggas dying?
Go back to my original question, which is, are Putin's terms acceptable to you? Keeping the territory of Ukraine?
No, they're not acceptable. But look, this is a war that
But
never
look, let's stop. There's a deal. I would have built
He let
hotels
everybody
there.
along. He's given $200 billion now or more to Ukraine. He's given $200 billion. That's a lot of money. I don't think there's ever been anything like it. Every time that Zelensky comes to this country, he walks away with $60 billion. It's the greatest salesman ever. And I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking anything. I'm only saying the money that we're spending on this war, and we shouldn't be spending, it should have never happened. I will have that war settled between Putin and Zelensky as president-elect before I take office on January 20th. I'll have that war settled. People being killed so needlessly, so stupidly, and I will get it settled, and I'll get it
actually
settled
believe that.
before I take office.
Well, because also he wants to get the bag. That's the thing. Like,
Putin's a war criminal.
once again, what he
He's
said.
killed
Why are these
Wait,
not loans?
wait.
people.
Putin's a war
And
criminal.
he
He
has
killed
made one
thousands
thing
and thousands.
clear. He wants to reestablish what was part of the Soviet Empire. Not just a piece, he wants all of Ukraine. That's what he wants. And then you think he'll stop there? Do you think he'll stop when if he takes Ukraine? What do you think happens to Poland? What do you think Belarus? What do you think happens to those NATO countries? And so if you want a war, you ought to find out what he's going to do. Because if in fact he does what he says and walks away, by the way, all that money we give Ukraine from weapons we make here in the United States, we give them the weapons, not the money at this point. And our NATO allies have produced as much
you, Stephanie.
funding for Ukraine as we have. That's why we're strong.
Thank you. Moving on to the Middle East. In October,
Instagram?
Hamas attacked Israel, killing more than 1,000 people and taking hundreds of hostages. Among those held and thought to still be alive are 5 Americans.
Sometimes you
Israel's
gotta pop out.
response has killed thousands of Palestinians and created a humanitarian crisis in Gaza.
This is
Oh, Gaza. Like, I'm sorry.
a proposal to resolve this conflict. But so far,
when you
Hamas
said
has
that, I
not
just imagined
released the
Netanyahu
remaining
dancing to that
hostages,
song.
and Israel is continuing its military
ridiculous.
offensive in Gaza.
So
So what additional leverage will you use to get Hamas and Israel to end the war?
God, that's not funny.
Everyone from the United Nations Security Council, straight through the G7, to the Israelis and Netanyahu himself have endorsed the plan I put forward.
That's your boy.
Oh, yeah, Netanyahu.
There's 3 stages to it. The first stage is
3 stages to killing innocent civilians.
hostages for a ceasefire.
No.
Second phase is a ceasefire with additional conditions.
No, the first phase
Third
is
phase
you don't hit refugee camps.
end
That's
of
the first
war.
thing.
They're killing all of them.
The war to continue with Hamas. Number one, they're the only ones standing out. We're still pushing hard to get them to accept. In the meantime, what's happened? In Israel, we're finally said the only thing I denied Israel was 2,000-pound bombs. They don't work very well in populated areas. They kill a lot of innocent people. We're providing Israel with all the weapons they need and when they need them. And by the way,
I hate that.
I'm the guy that organized the world against Iran when they had a full-blown intercontinental ballistic missile attack on Israel. No one was hurt. No one Israeli was accidentally killed. And
It just seems like Israel.
we save Israel. We are the biggest producer of support for Israel of anyone in the world. And
That
so
doesn't-
There are 2 different things.
Look at Trump's face.
Cannot allow it to continue. We continue to send our experts.
We're the biggest supporters of Israel in the world. This is not. It's not doing what you think it's
Doing
bro.
right now, yeah, no.
Greatly weakened.
There's a lot of a lot of Democrats looking like,
But you've got to be careful for what you use certain weapons among population centers.
It's come through on IG.
Just going back to Ukraine for 1 second. We have the ocean separating us. The European nations together
They have nothing. Yeah.
have spent $100 billion or maybe more than that, less than us. Why doesn't he call them and say, you got to put up your money like I did with NATO? I got them to put up hundreds of billions of dollars. The Secretary General of NATO said Trump did the most incredible job I've ever seen. They wouldn't have any. They were going out of business. We were spending almost 100% of the money was paid by us. He didn't do that. He's getting all. You got to ask these people to put up the money. We're over $100 billion more spent, and it has a bigger impact on them because of location, because we have an ocean in between. You got to ask them as far as Israel and Hamas. Israel's the one that wants to go. He said the only one that wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
What?
President Biden, you have a minute.
I've never heard so much foolishness. This is a guy who wants to
just
get
called
out of
him a
NATO.
weak Palestinian?
He's going to pull out of NATO. The idea that we have.
Somebody said when Trump called that idiot out for not knowing what he said, I spit out my water. Us too. We took a shot. He said, I don't know what he just said.
in NATO. We have an Article 5 agreement. Attack on one is attack on all. You want to start the nuclear war he keeps talking about, go ahead. Let Putin go in and control Ukraine and then move on to Poland and other places. This happens then. He has no idea what the hell he's talking about. And by the way, I got 50 other nations around the world to support Ukraine, including Japan and South Korea, because they understand that this kind of dislocation has a serious threat to the whole world peace. No major war in Europe has ever been able to be contained.
Might not be. Just, we got to.
President Trump, just to
Sorry,
follow up,
guys.
would you
No
support the
Instagram, but
creation
it'll
of an
be on
independent
Instagram.
Palestinian state in order to achieve peace in the region?
I'd have to see, but before we do that, the problem we have is that we spend all the money. So they kill us on trade. I made great trade deals with the European nations. Because if you add them up, they're about the same size economically. Their economy is about the same size as the United States. And they were no cars, they don't want anything that we have. But we're supposed to take their cars, their food, their everything, their agriculture. I changed that. But the big thing I changed is they don't want to pay. And the only reason that he can play games with NATO is because I got them to put up hundreds of billions of dollars. I said, and he's right about this. I said, no, I'm not going to support NATO if you don't pay. They asked me that question, would you guard us against Russia? At a very secret meeting of the 28 states at that time, nations at that time. And they said, no, if you don't pay, I won't do that. And you know what happened? billions and billions of dollars came flowing in the next day and the next months. But now we're in the same position. We're paying everybody's bills.
Let's turn to the issue of democracy.
Thank you. Ah!
Uh-oh. No. Fix it, Jesus.
Nah, hold on. I just have to fix the Apple TV.
He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. Fan, he a fan, he a...
One step toward
Voters who believe that you violated your constitutional oath for
Niggas
your
gonna be
actions and
like,
actions
what
on January
TV
6,
is this that you
2021,
niggas
and
got?
worry that you'll do it again.
Well, I didn't say that to anybody. I said peacefully and patriotically. And Nancy Pelosi, if you just watched the news from 2 days ago, on tape to her daughter, who's a documentary filmmaker, they say.
Filmmaker.
But she's saying, oh, no, it's my responsibility. I was responsible for this. Because I offered her 10,000 soldiers or National Guard, and she turned them down. And the mayor, in writing, by the way, the mayor, in writing, turned her down. The mayor of D.C. They turned her down. I offered 10,000 because I could see. I had virtually nothing to do. They asked me to go make a speech. I could see what was happening. Everybody was saying they're going to be there on January 6th. They're going to be there. And I said, you know what? There's a lot of people coming. You could feel it. You could feel it too, and you could feel it. And I said, they ought to have some National Guard or whatever. And I offered it to her, and she now admits that she turned it down. And it was the same day.
She was in a car.
I don't believe him, but
I don't believe him, but Nancy Pelosi was in a car with a mask on saying, we should have had National Guard there. Like, why didn't we have that? Saying that about January 6th.
But did he offer?
I don't.
Because that nigga be lying.
He be lying.
I sat there in the office. I sat there for 3 hours.
That nigga definitely be lying.
Being begged by his vice president and a number of his colleagues on the Republican side as well to do something, to call for a stop, to end it. Instead, he talked about these people being patriots and great patrons of America. In fact,
You called this nigga a weak Palestinian, bro. Like, what are we doing here?
This is so funny. I miss feeling like this in politics.
Yes.
Like, I miss this feeling.
Bro, I'm more excited about this than the fucking Kendrick Day concert.
Oh my God. Never been this hype about a Super Bowl or NBA Finals.
Same.
And these people should be.
Which is actually how you should feel about politics, right?
Yeah, you should. But they don't make it like this. That's another reason I feel like they don't fuck with him. You can't get shit through with a nigga like Trump because niggas are paying attention. Like the niggas' intent are
I'm literally everything he says.
Nigga, I figured out how to stream this last night so we could do this for a fucking presidential debate.
If Trump wasn't on there, I wouldn't.
Minnesota, Minneapolis, what they've done there.
With the suit, look, with the suit.
Bringing the National Guard,
Absolutely not.
destroyed.
Oh no! Stop! He got in trouble already.
It was all set to bring in the National Guard. They saw them coming and they left immediately. What he said about this whole subject is so off. Peacefully patriotic.
This is elder abuse.
The Unselect Committee, which is basically two horrible Republicans that are all gone now, out of office, and Democrats, all Democrats. They destroyed and deleted all of the information they found because they found out we were right. We were right.
We were right.
And destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that.
They should fucking go to jail. That's what he wanted. They should fucking go to jail.
Go to jail for that.
Stages of convicted felons, the man I'm looking at right now. And the fact of the matter is, what he's telling you is simply not true. The fact is that there was no effort on his part to stop what was going on up in Capitol Hill. And all those people, every one of those who was convicted, deserves to be convicted. The idea that they didn't kill somebody, just went in and broke down doors, broke the windows, occupied offices, turned over desks, turned over statues. The idea that those people are patriots? Come on. When I asked him the first two debates we had, first time around, I said, will you denounce the Proud Boy? He said, no, I'll tell them to stand by. The idea
he didn't say that. He did say stand. He said something to that effect, but he didn't say I'll tell them to stand by.
I'm going to give you a minute, President Trump, for a follow-up question I have.
Whoa.
No, he asked him a question. Let him answer.
4 felonies last month.
God damn it!
You would, quote, have every right
Fucking
to go after,
CNN.
unquote, your political opponents. You just talked
Go to
about
Al Jazeera.
members of the Select Committee.
I don't know what that is. It always scares me. I'm like, I don't know if I should read this.
Can you clarify exactly
Am I gonna
what it
be
means
put on a
about
list?
Is that
what is that?
It's just
Well, I said
media,
my
but
retribution
free
is going
media.
to be success. We're gonna
You know,
make this
free
country
media.
successful again, 'cause
It's
right
not
now
that
it's a
free,
failed
you know.
nation. My retribution is going to be success. But when he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted. Going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important thing. But he could be a convicted felon as soon as he gets out of office. Joe could be a convicted felon with all of the things that he's done. He's done horrible things. All of the death causes at the border. Telling the Ukrainian people that we're going to want $1 billion or you change the prosecutor, otherwise you're not getting $1 billion. If I ever said that, that's quid pro quo. We're not going to do anything. We're not going to give you $1 billion unless you change your prosecutor having to do with the son. This man is a criminal. This man, you're lucky. You're lucky. I did nothing wrong. We'd have a system that was rigged and disgusting. I did nothing wrong.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden.
He did nothing wrong.
Right to you, sir. You want to respond? Go ahead. I'll give you a minute to respond.
Oh, but you gonna give him
But you don't live.
Oh, I told you.
Relative to what you're talking about is outrageous. It's
And they
simply
don't
a lie.
show his
Number
face
one.
because they know
Number
he's
two, the idea that you have a right to seek retribution against any American just because you're president is wrong. It's simply wrong. No president's ever spoken like that before. No president in our history has spoken like that before. Number three, the crimes that you are still charged with. And think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star?
When did he molest her?
Having sex with a porn star, that's not illegal.
That's not illegal.
What are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
That's fire. That's fire.
You got the
That's
morals
fire.
of an alley.
Wait, he's talking.
Two, that was a case that was started and moved. They moved a high-ranking
I need a
official
shot for
of
morals of an alley cat. That shit, mark that, bookmark it. That was a bar.
53 minutes.
We had a very terrible judge, a horrible judge, Democrat. The prosecutor were all high-ranking Democrats, appointed people, and both the civil and the criminal. He basically went after his political opponent because he thought it was going to damage me. But when the public found out about these cases, because they understand it better than he does, he has no idea what these cases are. But when they found out about these cases, you know what they did? My poll numbers went up way up. You know that because you're reporting it. And we took in more money in the last 2 weeks than we've ever taken in the history of
If you just
any
tell people
campaign.
what they're
I don't think
doing,
any campaign
they can't
has
say
ever
anything.
taken hundreds of millions of dollars.
You live surrounded by idiots. You know that.
You're watching.
I appreciate you, but I'm just saying I could frame it that way.
Said, quote, Donald Trump and his MAGA Republicans are determined to destroy American democracy. Do you believe that the tens of millions of Americans who are likely to vote for President Trump will be voting against American democracy?
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, this is my point.
Yes. The more they know about what he's done. And there's a lot more coming. He's got a lot of cases down the road coming on. He's got a whole range of issues yet to face. I don't know what the jury's going to do, but I do know he has no problem. And so the fact that, could you ever think you're hearing the president say that I'm going to seek retribution?
Why are you
Ever hearing
whispering?
the president say
He
that
talk
he's
loud.
got some good ideas? What got me involved in the first place after my son died, I decided in Iraq because
He
of
needs some
I said I
milk.
wouldn't run again until I saw what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia. People coming out of the
Charlottesville,
woods carrying
Virginia. What's that, Virginia?
on torches, and singing the same anti-Semitic file they sang when back in Germany. And the young woman
Wait,
spoke
in
months.
Germany?
They asked him. They said, "What do you think?"
Niggas weren't in Germany.
People,
Wrong
one
shit.
got killed, one tried to
No,
stop
he's talking
him,
about
and one
Nazis. He's
said
saying
people
that based
find
on
people
Trump.
on both sides. What American president would ever say Nazis coming out of fields carrying torches, singing the same anti-Semitic file, carrying swastikas, were fine people? This is the guy who says Hitler's done some good things. I'd like to know what they are. The good things Hitler's done, that's what he said. This guy has no sense of American
A chance
democracy.
to see. Let's see what he has to say.
President Trump.
I don't think Trump
Both of you know that story's been totally wiped out because when you see the sentence, it said 100% exoneration on this. So he just keeps it going. He says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He ran because it was his last chance. He's not equipped to be president. You know it, and I know it. It's ridiculous. We're trying to justify his presidency. His presidency, he's without question, the worst president, the worst presidency in the history of our country. We shouldn't be having a debate about it. There's nothing to debate. He made up the Charlottesville story, and you'll see it's debunked all over the place. Every anchor every reasonable anchor has debunked it. And just the other day, it came out where it was fully debunked. It's a nonsense story.
Now that's bullshit.
And he didn't run because of Charlottesville.
We just made. Oh, he's talking about that. Okay, I was gonna say he said fine people.
All you have to do is listen to what was said at the time. And the idea that somehow that's the only reason I ran. I ran because I was worried a guy like this guy could get elected.
You ran from
He thought
Iran.
They were good people coming out of that forest, carrying those woods, carrying those torches, and he didn't deserve to be president. Didn't deserve to be president at all. And the idea that he's talking about all this being fabricated, he saw it overnight.
I have a controversial opinion on the insurrection.
His own vice president.
I think that niggas should have did it. Like I think that
They would have been killed.
Oh no, 100%.
It would have been the blood
like,
thing.
No, they would have murdered us, and we would have done it peacefully. We wouldn't have done all this shit they did.
We know better.
More from the CNN presidential debate.
Oh my God, we get a commercial? Hell yeah!
We get a commercial break.
This is crazy. Okay, cool. Bro, yeah, no, they would have murdered us.
Yes,
in droves. And it's like, my whole thing is just like, I feel like
droves.
more than anybody, because I was watching something where a bunch of I believe in reparations. Do you believe in reparations?
I do. I just think that the longer we go, the more muddled it gets.
What do you mean?
As in, I do believe that there is a certain set number of reparations African Americans should get, but the issue there becomes they're playing this game, in my opinion, where they're taking so long to give it to us that then it starts to get
muddled in that way. That excuse pisses me. Not that excuse, but the how we gonna tell who was
oh no, because they figured it out for Jewish people.
I'm like, exactly. I'm like, it's not that fucking deep. You can if you need to figure it out, you can figure out who are descendants of slaves.
But I'll put it this way: but when you have shitty governmental, like, let's just be real, the last two presidents weren't that great.
Yeah.
So when you have things like that, and then like where inflation and shit is, Dr. King. Where inflation and shit is now, it turns into like I saw something somewhere they wanted to get something passed where it was like, oh, this is going to be like $7 billion between that. It is kind of like, yeah, because here's the problem: no one wants to do it, and you would need to, even in my opinion, you would need to come up with a reasonable number to even make white people go in Congress go, okay, hold on, let's see. Like, it's almost like overshooting your, like, trying to get a job.
Fuck their reason. I feel you. I just feel like
my logic.
No. We've had this discussion before, but I feel like that everybody else has gotten it that deserved it for the most part. You know, whether it be Native Americans, whether it be Japanese people in tournament plants. Where's my casino? On some G shit.
No, real shit.
Like on some real shit.
Yeah, no,
and I hate the excuse that people use, like, oh, how are you gonna figure it out? That makes no sense. You can figure it out. You can trace us back.
You can do something as simple as every full-blooded, and you could probably
get this much.
Yes,
25%
from
you get this much.
Like from 1940, if all your family's been black since 1940, or not since, up until 1940, 1950.
Not even all your family. You can fucking do the thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
just have to be a descendant, like a direct descendant somehow.
Direct, yeah.
Yes, yes. Somehow you have to be a direct.
Because I know there's motherfuckers who would be like, hey, like, you know, I think it gets muddled too with, I think that's why they're taking so long. It gets muddled even with like interracial relationships. Because then it's like they're going to be like, well, I mean, do we give it to these people? Which is also funny because I think they would give it to those people quicker. Yeah. I feel like they'd get their checks faster. You got a white mom, you get your check in a week.
So how do you think everyone's doing? What do you think? Like let's figure out how do you feel
Trump's
everyone's doing?
just. I mean, he's just lying a lot.
He's lying
a
so
lot.
much.
A lot of fear mongering.
Entertainment 10.
10.
Lying 10. It's actually incredible. Biden. What is he saying? He's reading off. He's checking off
every box.
He's doing a checklist. Trump is like jazz,
and
Biden's like,
and whatever pills they got him on he's about to turn into a pumpkin in about 25. 30 minutes.
I don't think he has that much longer in him.
He's been standing for 90 minutes.
It's way too much.
That's hard for.
Do you see him looking off like, it's back?
In your first terms, and you'd certainly face again in the second term. President Biden, while black unemployment dropped to a record low under your presidency, black families still earn far less than white families. Black mothers are still 3 times
that's just
more
the
likely
nature of the
to
business
die
now, isn't it?
from pregnancy-related causes.
That's a
Black
win.
Americans are imprisoned at 5 times the rate of white Americans. What do you say to black voters?
He's like, this has
who
been
are
a problem
disappointed
before I got here.
They're talking to us.
They acknowledge they made a lot of progress, number one. The fact of the matter is there's more small black businesses that have started
good,
in time
HB?
in history. Number two, the wages of black unemployment is the lowest level it's been in a long, long time. Number three, we're trying to provide housing for black Americans and dealing with the segregation.
It's that shit I be talking about, though. Like
these corporate races that collude to keep people out of their houses. And in addition to that, we find that the impact on the choice that black families have to make relative to child care
I don't know
is
what they're
incredibly difficult.
Told you they gave him a shot.
This shit, I would say
that nigga's like putting it
child
together.
care costs are cut them in half.
Hunter probably gave him a couple bumps.
Yeah, he might be on a little cocaine.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not a line.
No.
Like some real high.
No, it's a mixture.
In the job market.
It's a concoction.
Cocaine and testosterone work wonders, nigga.
But we've done a great deal so far and are not letting up, and they know it.
You have
Who's
49
that?
And he keep
seconds
looking
left.
over at
What do
somebody
you
like,
say
am
to
I doing
black
good?
voters who are disappointed with the progress so far?
I say I don't blame them for being disappointed. Inflation is still hurting them badly. For example, I provided for the idea that any black family, first-time home buyer, should get a $10,000 tax credit to be able to buy their first home so they can get started. I made sure that we're in a situation where
Yeah, but
all
see,
those black
we needed
families and black
$10,000
individuals
30
provided
fucking
student
years ago.
loans that were
At least
ballooning,
15.
that if they were engaged in nursing,
what
doc, and anything having to do with volunteerism, if they paid their bills for 10 years under their student debt, all the rest was forgiven after 10 years. Millions have benefited from that. And we're going to do a whole lot more for black families.
Thank you, President Trump.
Oh, no.
And he caused the inflation. He's blaming inflation, and he's right, it's been very bad. He caused the inflation, and it's killing black families and Hispanic families and just about everybody. It's killing people. They can't buy groceries anymore. They can't.
They're all
You
the
look
same.
at the cost of food, it's doubled, and tripled, and quadrupled. They can't live. They're not living anymore. He caused this inflation. I gave him a country with essentially no inflation. It was perfect. It was so good. All he had to do was leave it alone. He destroyed it with his Green New Scam and all this money that's being thrown out the window.
Where he tried
He
to
caused
build that
inflation.
fucking,
As sure as you're sitting there,
some internet
the fact
program.
is that his big kill on the black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking black jobs now. And they're taking
what an angle!
19 and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs. And they're taking Hispanic jobs. And you haven't seen it yet.
They're taking
but
Hispanic
you're gonna see
jobs,
some
but
stuff
they
that's
are
gonna be
Hispanic.
worse than Hispanic.
They're taking the black jobs. They're taking your job, Lemicah. You gotta vote for Trump.
He decimated the economy. Absolutely decimated the economy.
I miss this nigga playing in our faces. Like, I miss this nigga just staring at us and just saying shit. I miss this shit.
If I I knew this nigga, he would say that to me, and I would laugh, and I'd be like, "Yo, nigga, you're wild. You're wild."
He said they're taking the black jobs. Immigrations, they're taking the black jobs.
You know what's crazy? No bullshit. You don't see that many black maids and shit in hotels and shit. You don't.
It's all Hispanic made. Well, I don't want to say that. That's
No. It is generally speaking, and that's not like it is.
Yeah.
But it is usually a lot of times in certain places illegal immigrants. But it's just crazy because now he said those are our jobs.
Those are our jobs.
He caused it.
Oh shit!
That's way more racist than it came off. Way more racist.
Take a shot. Oh shit, bro! He just said what the Mexicans are doing. The blacks are supposed to be doing.
But now we brought them in, so now you people don't have jobs.
I have a
intensifying wildfires, stronger
I'm not
hurricanes,
voting.
and rising sea levels. Former President Trump
Just vote for RFK. Throw your vote away.
Yeah, I just want to throw it away.
Throw it away.
Any action as president.
I'm not getting into jury duty for this
Let me
nonsense.
just go back to what he said about the police.
Go back to what he said.
Close the police are to him. Almost every police group in the nation from every state
Doesn't like
is
it.
supporting Donald J. Trump. Almost every police group.
Third
And
person.
what he's done to the black population is horrible, including the fact that for 10 years he called them super predators. We can't, in the 1990s, we can't forget that.
That was the
Super
Hillary
predators
Clinton.
was his
He said
name.
it too.
And he called it to them, and they're taking great offense to that. And now they see it happening. But when they see what I did for criminal justice reform and for the historically black colleges and universities, where I funded them and got them all funded, and the opportunity zones with Tim, as you know, Tim Scott was incredible. He did a great job, great senator from South Carolina. He came to me with the idea, and it was a great idea. It's one of the most successful economic development acts ever in the country, opportunity zones. And the biggest beneficiary are blacks, and that's why we have the best numbers with them in maybe ever. They're saying ever. I read this morning where
You're going to see this logo. We are hurting. You know how bad they needed this?
Because he's done a horrible job for black people. He's also done a horrible job for Hispanics. But when you see these millions of people pouring into our country and they're going to take their jobs,
He's done
and
great
it's already
for
started, and you haven't seen anything yet, it's a disaster.
38 seconds left. President Trump, will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air, and we had it. We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever, and we were using all forms of energy, all forms, everything. And yet, during my 4 years, I had the best environmental numbers ever. And my top environmental people gave me that statistic just before I walked on
What's the nigga name, bruh? And then he does that.
The idea that he says is true. I passed the most extensive climate change legislation in history. We find ourselves in
Climate change.
black colleges.
I think this whole thing is
came up with $50 billion for HBCUs.
Not
historic
saying
black
that
diversity
I need to
colleges.
wait because
No,
no, you're fine. I'm just like
Contributed
it's hard.
Yeah, no, it is.
build these laboratories and all that. Any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do. He just has the money, but now they'll be able to get those jobs in high tech. We're in a situation where the
In
idea
high
that
tech?
he is claiming to have done something that had the cleanest water. The cleanest water? He hadn't done a damn thing in the environment. He plowed the Paris Peace Accord.
No, he hasn't done anything for that.
No, I
I
know.
immediately joined it. Because if we reach 1.5 degrees
China
Celsius,
doesn't care, so
and
he
then
doesn't.
there's no way back. The only existential threat to humanity is climate change. And he didn't do a damn thing about it. He wants to undo all that I've done.
No, you're right for talking during this. I'm just trying to listen, and it's like I can't.
China nothing, Russia nothing, India nothing. It was a ripoff of the United States. And I ended it because I didn't want to waste that money because they treat us horribly. We were the only ones who was costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it. And it was a disaster. But everything that he said just now, I'll give you an example. I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage, I guarantee you that. And I want to take care of people. But we're destroying our country. They're taking over our schools, our hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security.
This is what he was saying about blacks
Social
20 years
Security,
ago.
Medicare, and Medicaid.
30.
Yeah, no, 40. About 40.
The idea is that we, in fact,
He's so old. It was 40 years ago,
the
Nick.
consequences. We're not. And
he was 40.
Like, nigga, what? We've not been able, the United States can't get it under control.
Nigga been old since I was born.
Born, yes.
We're making
Nigga was born in like the
progress.
20s.
By 2035, we will have
No, that's 40s.
we
The
made
30s, 40s.
made
She's in
significant
the
progress.
80s and we're in
We're
the
continuing to
20s.
make progress.
60s.
We set up a climate corps. There's thousands of young people who learn how to deal with it, just like Peace Corps.
Early 50s, late 40s.
We're moving
See?
in
Niggas
directions
born
that are
during the
significantly
Holocaust.
change
November
the
20th,
elements that cause the pollution. But the idea that he claims that he has the biggest heart up here and he's really concerned about pollution and about climate, I've not seen any indication of that. And by the way, with regard to prescription drugs, one company agreed that they would reduce the price to $35, which I was calling for, one voluntarily. I made sure every company in the world, every pharmaceutical company, can now have to pay it. And by the way,
No, cut him off.
So every day, millions of Americans
And I have
to make ends meet. For many older Americans, Social Security provides a critical lifeline.
fucked.
President Biden, if nothing is done to Social Security, seniors will see their benefits cut in just over 10 years. Will you name tonight one specific step that you're willing to take to keep Social Security solvent?
yes, make the very wealthy begin to pay their fair share. Right now, everybody making under $170,000.
Yeah, Quincy. Quincy Roswell said, immaculate clean water, we're in trouble, everyone. Hell yeah, bro.
Immaculate clean water.
Immaculate clean.
I'm proposing that everybody, they pay, the millionaires pay 1%. 1%. So no one I've not raised the cost of Social Security for anybody under $400,000. After that, I began to make the wealthy begin to pay their fair share.
How about stop
By
taxing
increasing
us,
from
too? 'Cause,
1%
like,
beyond to be able to guarantee the
just
program.
tax the wealthy.
So you still have 82 seconds left. Are there any
Didn't
other
the
measures
Boston
you
Tea
think
Party
would be
happen
able to
over
help
tea?
Keep Social Security
Well,
solvent,
tax
or just
on
that?
tea.
On tea.
That one enough.
And now they're like, we want 45% of everything you
They
make.
put us in. They
Because
put
he
us in
wants to
check.
get-
See, here's the problem. Other
He
countries do
thinks
this.
there's plenty to cut in Social Security. He's going to cut
So hard.
I know,
It's hard.
hard.
both times.
Hard.
And if you look at the program put forward by the House Republican caucus that he, I believe, supports, is in fact want to cut it as well.
I'm thinking,
The
I'm
idea
cutting this together is going to
we
be a
don't need to
nightmare.
protect our
Because
seniors.
I'm not going to be able to use all this audio.
Yeah, that's just, no. Ooh.
American public has greater health care coverage today than ever before.
I'm going to have to figure that out. I think it's just going to, I might just keep the live, because I might have to take the live down.
You might,
40
really?
40 million people
Because of a
would not
joke.
have insurance because they have a pre-existing
I mean, we're
condition.
talking over
And
it.
one of
I
the
just don't
laws
want you to
that
strike.
have that insurance is the fact
Would it be a
that
strike
they
or a
in fact
warning?
are part of the ACA. And by the way, the other
But
thing
no,
is,
maybe a warning,
in the
because it's
situation
not
where
like I'm
we
just
talk about
showing it.
education,
But
No,
then again, it
we're
is right.
commentating on the presidential debate. It shouldn't be. No one should own the presidential debate.
Well, CNN does. I don't know if you
It
see all
should
the
be
black-
for the people.
Yeah, but
$15,000 towards the tuition.
this seems long. Like he's got a long time to speak.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump.
So I've dealt with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. I've never seen anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen him. He can look you in the face. About so many other things, too.
Both of you are
And we
fucking
mentioned the
lying.
laptop. We mentioned Russia, Ukraine, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie.
I didn't look at those
Misinformation and
spots until you said, look at his head, and I said,
The losers and suckers story that he made up is a total lie on the military. It's a disgrace.
Like, look,
Social Security,
liver spots.
He's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them on
There's
the
no
Social
reason
Security.
either
They're putting
one
them
of
on
these
Medicare,
niggas should be on the stage.
They're putting them in
This
our
guy a
hospitals.
little bit
They're
less, I
taking the
get it.
places
He's
of
a
our
good
citizens
bullshitter,
there.
but that guy
What
knows
we're doing
shit.
to the VA, to our veterans, is
Like even the
unbelievable.
hair,
Veterans are living
like
in the
shout
street,
out to his
and these people are living in
hairstylist, shout out to
luxury
their
hotels.
makeup artists,
He
because these
doesn't know
niggas
what he's
are
doing.
old. You know what they look like
really coming
fresh
back.
out
I've
in the
never seen
morning?
such anger in
They
our
look like
country
wet,
before.
fucking shriveled up.
They look like the Penguin.
They look like what Roger
Batman
would look
Returns.
like from American Dad. Oh.
He acknowledged after that he fired that general.
The alien?
That general got fired because he's the one that acknowledged that that's what he said.
Yes.
He was the one standing in Trump when he said it. Number one. Number two, the idea that
Like, I want my next president to fuck.
all these,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to be like, yeah, like, he fucks.
RFK be fucking
taking away our jobs. There's a
I mean,
reason
not
why
probably.
we have
Sure,
the fastest
sure he
growing
That voice,
economy in the
though?
world. The reason why we have the
Cheryl's
most
big
economy.
bad.
We're doing better than
Did
everybody.
you see,
By
did
the
you
way,
see,
those 15
did you see Joe Rogan when someone tried to do that? He said, stop
Stop.
that. Joe Rogan was like, don't you make fun of my friend.
He literally said, Joe was just sitting there and he was like, yeah, don't do that. And Buddy just, because it wasn't somebody that famous. Either.
No, I don't know.
didn't
If
know
it was
that.
somebody famous, Joe would have let it rock. But Joe doesn't respect you.
Not enough.
When you can fully tell when Joe Rogan doesn't respect you. And Joe did not respect that man at all.
Well, he did enough to have him on.
No, he'll have people he doesn't respect on all the time. When he had the guy that does like Ryan Something Knows, where he has that TBS show where he talks about shit, he was on there. And
the general got fired because he
You're
was
right.
no good. And if you said that, that's why he made it up. But we have 19 people that said I didn't say it.
19, who are these 19?
He keeps saying 19 people.
Because he knows.
There are 19.
That means that there's 14.
He never fired people.
That's 12.
I've never seen anybody. I did fire a lot. I fired
A solid 12, though. Like 10, I know will say it. 2, I could bribe.
I could bribe. Yeah, 9. It's 9. It's 9 solid. It's 9. It's 8.
It's him.
It's just
Trump.
him. It's just him.
Trump.
He made up 19 people.
He made up 18. I'm number 19.
Every military man that was involved with that the Afghanistan horror show, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country.
The way he can, the way he can just pull words out the zeitgeist.
His recovery is crazy. His recovery is
Nigga, I be trying to do that, and I be even like Obama had the
prisons. Many from
gonna
mental
take
institutions. Did you
like
fire
he got
That
the
was
ball.
fly.
That was fly. Obama was nice.
Our country is being destroyed as you and I sit up here and waste a lot of time on this debate. This shouldn't be a debate.
These people are
He's the worst
they're
president.
jokes.
He just said about
They're
the
joke
president.
people.
But look, he's the worst.
He wants to make fun of him so bad. He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
He's trying to get a little tough on the border. He came out with a nothing deal, and it reduced it a little bit. A little bit, like this.
A little bit.
Insignificant.
A little bit.
He wants open borders. He wants our country to either be destroyed or he wants to pick up those people as voters. And I don't think we just can't let it happen. If he wins this election, our country doesn't have a chance, not even a chance, of coming out of this rut. We probably won't have a country left anymore. That's how bad it is. He is the worst in history by far.
I do think World War III is coming.
Oh no, it is 100%. No matter who's the president.
I don't know.
But I do think Trump could curb it slightly.
I think Trump could curb it. I know that's bad to say, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you're a Judas Priest. Oh, you're a jigaboo." But I'm like,
Nah, he could curb it.
I think Trump could curb.
He's either gonna curb it or make it twice as bad. But he has two options. Biden
It's just gonna happen under him.
That's all I'm saying. Yep.
Presidential historians. They've had meetings. And they've voted.
That nigga's 1 foot in it already.
No, he wants it. I'm scared that I think that he'll start a war because, you know, it's not often to change power when there's a war. So it's like that's more of a reason for him to stay in office if he starts a war.
He's not gonna start it.
He don't gotta start it. He's already. The seeds have already been planted for it to go.
For that. But and then they already know who's gonna run it when he dies.
I know if Trump gets in office, Trump can go to Putin and be like, "Stop, bro. Come on, bro."
The question was about what would you do to make child care more affordable if you want to take them in.
We're not gonna support Ukraine.
We have polling. We have other things that they rate him the worst because what he's done is so bad. And they rate me. I'll show you. I will show you. And they rate me one of the best. Okay. And if I'm given another 4 years, I will be the best. I think I'll be the best. Nobody's ever created
rated me one of the
like
best,
us, nobody ever
Lemicah.
cut taxes like us. He's
Like us.
He wants to raise your
If
taxes
this
like
nigga
4
says
times. He
they
wants
not
to
like
That's one
us,
thing I
if
would
he
say.
says they
He
not
does-
like us,
4 times.
he
wants
does
the
wanna
tax
raise their
cuts to
taxes.
He does.
expire. So everybody, including the 2 of you, are going to pay 4 to 5 times. Nobody ever heard of this before.
I believe
All
it.
my
No one's
life,
ever
I
heard of
grow
this.
up and I see politicians talking about cutting
No one's
taxes.
ever heard of this.
When we
I
cut
see Trump
taxes,
being like,
as I said,
let's
we
lower
get
taxes.
more business.
Yeah, 'cause
Apple and
you
all these
gotta pay.
companies
Yeah, exactly.
who are bringing
And he
money
don't.
back into our country. The worst president in history by far, and everybody knows it.
President Biden?
Look, the fact of the matter is that he's dead wrong about, he's increased the tariff, he will increase the taxes on middle-class people. I said I'd never raise the tax on anybody making less than $400,000. I didn't. But this tariff is 10% tariffs. Everything coming into the country, you know what the economists say? That's going to cost the average American $2,500 a year more because they're going to have to pay the difference in food.
He paying that already
and all the
though,
things
in
that
comparison to
we're
what the shit costs.
Number 2,
Stop it.
he's in a situation
$2,000 don't
where
sound
he
that bad
talks
right
about
now.
how he is not
A
raised
year?
Remember that video I showed you?
somehow
Yeah.
middle class.
I would have put it
Middle
up.
class has been
We'll
dead
put it up.
have a
After
me-
this is
I
done,
don't
we'll
have
bring
a
it up.
media team.
Oh, stop
$5
it.
trillion over the next 10 years, which is going to fundamentally bankrupt the country. We have the largest deficit of any president.
At the rate I'm going, I'll never get one.
Number 2, we have not, in fact,
God damn it.
I'll do it myself. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
progress.
We'll do it live.
We have the lowest
I
deficit
wish
of
he
China
was
since
around during.
2010.
Oh my
Thank you,
God.
President Biden.
Bill O'Reilly.
Thank you, President Biden. Let's discuss an
Shut
epidemic
up,
in
President
millions
Biden.
of Americans that both of you have made a
I don't hate
priority
him.
in your first term.
I hate
The
most
opioid
people on
crisis.
CNN. I
For
don't
both
hate
of
them.
you. The number
They're not doing a
of
bad
overdose
job.
deaths
They're
in this
not.
country
I
has
don't really
gone
like
up.
the
Under
woman.
your term, it went up. Under your term, it
Well,
has gone up.
it's
Former President Trump, despite the
I'm
efforts that
just
both of
saying,
you have
she
made,
seems very.
more than
Bro, the
100,000
way you
Americans are dying from overdoses every year.
Because I didn't know if I wanted to say white woman or old woman.
White woman. It's easy. Just say white.
Yeah.
I don't like the white woman.
But that just sounds. I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just the
We
woman.
now have the largest deficit in the history of our country under this guy. We have the largest deficit with China. He gets paid by China. He's a Manchurian candidate. He gets money from China. We have, so I think he's afraid to deal with him or something. But you notice he never took out my tariffs because we bring in so much money with the tariffs that I imposed on China. He never took them away. He can't because it's too much money. It's tremendous. And we saved our steel industries, and there was more to come. But he hasn't done that. But he hasn't cut the tariffs because he can't, because it's too much money. But he's got the largest deficit in the history of our country, and he's got the worst situation with China. China's going to own us if you keep allowing them to do what they're doing to us as a country. They are killing us as
He
a
is
country,
so
Joe,
broad.
and you can't let that happen. You're destroying our country.
So, President Trump, you have 67 seconds left. The question was, what are you going to do to help Americans in terms of addiction right now who are struggling to get the treatment they need?
Jake, we were doing very well at addiction until the COVID came along. We had the 2.5, almost 3
I'm a little
years
drunk.
like nobody's ever had before.
Oh man, this is
I'm over here like.
the COVID. Tell me more, Mr. President.
It started to increase.
The
We got
best
great
fucking
equipment. We
debate
bought
I've
the
ever
Sitting
watched.
Dog. That's the most incredible thing that you've ever seen, the way they can spot it. They did a lot.
lit,
And we
bitch.
were getting very low numbers. Very, very low numbers. Then he came along. The numbers, have you seen the numbers now?
The
It's
number-
not only
have
the
you
18
seen-
million people that I believe is
Yo.
even low because the gotaways.
I have to
they talk about
learn how to
gotaways.
do this.
But the numbers of the amount of
Just-
He
drugs
did this
and
whole,
This whole,
everything.
like-
Hit the button, maestro.
across the border. The worst
Have
thing
you
I've
seen?
ever
These are
seen.
the worst things I've
At
seen.
numbers that
Like,
nobody's ever seen
I've
under
never
him because
said.
the border's so bad.
I've
Okay, he's back to border shit.
I've
Go.
never said this is the worst thing I've ever
Is the
seen.
largest we've ever had.
Like,
by
because
far.
I
President
reserve
Trump,
that
President
for when
Biden.
I see something that is
Fentanyl
the
and
worst thing
bypass
I've ever seen.
fentanyl went down for a while. And I wanted to make sure we use
Fentanyl went
machines
down.
that
Fentanyl went down.
These big machines that roll over everything that comes across the border.
Wait.
And it costs a lot of money. That was part of this deal we put together, this bipartisan deal.
I feel like they
More
put
machines,
something on his
more-
fingers
more
so he
people
could do
to
this.
detect drugs, more numbers of agents
Wake
around
up, Joe.
Wake up!
Oh, I'm back.
Uh,
Let's go.
being done. He went and
anything is possible!
I hate that nigga.
No, he never
What, Kevin Garnett?
No. Jason Tatum.
Oh my God. Nothing Jason Tatum
is
is Jason
original.
Tatum. Not at all.
He said, we did it.
in Asia.
We did it! And I was like, that's Kevin Garnett.
How your whole life is
sample?
sampled?
Technology to be able to put it together. That's what you have to
Light
do.
skin shit.
Your whole life of Kanye West
President
album.
Biden.
Light skin
President
shit.
Trump, and again, the question is about Americans in the throes of addiction right now, struggling to get the treatment they need.
Even LeBron started cussing.
This is just pertaining to it. He ended Remain in Mexico.
Yes, this
He
is a
ended
shit
catch
show.
and
people.
release.
Y'all are right.
Are they saying this is a shit show?
Oh, yeah.
We're fucked.
Biden hit the thiz space. Biden needs to be in the home. Not racist. I'm mixed with white. Just saying, please make it stop. Facts. What is this?
Now we have a hostage, the Wall Street Journal reporter. I think a good guy. And he's over there because Putin is laughing at this guy, probably asking for billions of dollars for the reporter. I will have him out very quickly.
Yo, what is Biden reading? Biden is either asleep or reading.
Oh, shot. Biden
Shot.
sleep.
He's asleep. Nigga dozing.
But the thing about it is, I do think Putin and Trump got some type of relationship to the point where he could curb a lot of shit.
But no, you know he'll tell him?
Look, I got 58 people out, and I paid essentially nothing.
You look good. Everything's good. You're fighting bears.
Give me four concerns that voters have.
And then fuck with whatever you want. Do what you want to do.
You would be 86 at the end of your second term. How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
I won't say that. I think my father works hard.
Wait, I got to hear.
Half my career being criticized being the youngest person in politics.
When was this?
Not in my life.
Ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent. I think
Stop.
Look at what I've done. Look, I've turned around a horrible situation he left me.
You haven't done anything that I've seen noticeably that's been great.
No. More investment in America. Over billions of dollars in private investment in enterprises. We are growing.
He don't know the difference between
We brought
million
a lot of
and
people. Well, the whole idea of computer chips. We used to have 30% of the market.
Nigga, you've never used AI. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what ChatGPT is for real.
So I went to South Korea. I convinced Samsung to invest billions of dollars here in the United States.
You ain't convinced shit, bro.
Those fabs, they call them, to build these chips. Those fabs.
Like that.
I need my president to be able to form a sentence properly where you can understand what he's saying. I don't know.
Created significant jobs for Americans from all over the world.
President Biden, you have 40 seconds left. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I would. The idea that somehow we are a failing country. I never heard a president talk like this before. We're the end of the world. Name me a single major country president who wouldn't trade places with the United States of America for all our problems and all our opportunities. We're the most progressive country in the world in getting things done. We're the strongest country in the world. We're a country
I don't think Xi Jinping would switch.
all of our allies.
No, Xi Jinping would never leave.
Putin
I don't
would
even
switch
think
either.
Kim Jong-un would leave.
Hell, oh no. Nigga, that's like asking me to go do this at somebody's podcast studio.
And they can judge me?
Trump face.
What do you say to voters who have concerns?
They can talk
about
shit
your
about me
ability to serve?
and not
I
die?
took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them. Both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took
Don't
one. I'd
laugh.
like to see him take one.
Don't
Just
laugh.
one. A real easy one.
Don't
I go
laugh,
through the
because
first
I
five
would.
questions. You couldn't
Look at
do it.
how your
But I
smile,
took
your
2
smirk,
cognitive
you
tests.
look
I took
sick.
physical exams every year.
Don't laugh,
And, you know,
Joe.
we knock on wood wherever we may have wood. That I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior. 2 regular club championships. To do that,
Joe,
you have to
stop
be
laughing.
quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way.
Joe, stop.
And I do it. He doesn't.
Yeah,
he can't hit
Trump
the ball
be
50
golfing,
yards.
nigga.
He be golfing every
He can't
day.
hit a ball
I'm not
50
gonna lie.
yards. I think I'm in
I've seen him hit a
very
couple.
good shape.
I wanna play
I'm in as
Mar-a-Lago.
good shape as I was
Mar-a-Lago.
25
Let's talk about it.
years
Let's
ago.
talk about it.
Probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test, and you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's
Best cognitive test they'd ever seen.
Ronnie Jackson, is he black?
And both, one of them said they'd never seen anybody ace him.
Stop it.
President Biden.
What did
Stop.
he say?
Somebody said they never seen anybody ace them. Stop.
I told you. I told you.
Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's anyway. Just take a look at what he says.
Ronnie Jackson, white as fuck.
Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him.
Didn't I say this earlier to you?
Down to a 6.
Or was it somebody else? I literally said, I was like, man, no, to you. I said, imagine Biden trying to like, yo, I'm going to pull up. You'd be like, nigga, you should do it.
Stop.
Yeah.
You can't drive.
It's a 6 handicap of all.
I was at 8 handicap.
These niggas are arguing over golf! These niggas are arguing over golf! Yeah! 8 handicap! I got so. I'm good. I don't need it anymore.
Will you pledge tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept
You were
the
never
results
saying
of the
I was
election,
the eight
regardless
cat.
of who wins? And
regardless of who wins.
you will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable.
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made in front of, I believe, the largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody ever talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people that went to the Capitol.
Appreciate you watching.
Were ushered in by the police, and as Nancy Pelosi said,
Return of the Dragon or Unleash the Dragon, Cisco Bang. God damn it.
Syncope. That's why
I thought he said Cisco.
I wish he was a great
Same question.
Many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been his political opponent. Because he indicted me because I was his opponent. I wish he was a great president. I would rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here. The only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president. But I'm going to make America great again.
Let's go!
He
That
threw it.
nigga threw in a slogan!
Roll the credits.
This nigga is a media genius.
Are so bad. His military policies are insane.
He's not saying nothing. I understand he's not saying nothing, but he knows how to run the fucking game. That's all I'm saying.
World War III than anybody can imagine. We are very, very close to World War III.
Yes, we are. It's not a lie.
And Kim Jong-un and President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of these, Putin, they don't respect him. They don't fear him. They
These are
have
facts.
nothing going.
And if you don't believe that, you're
and
not.
he's going to drive us into World War III.
You want a World War III?
No.
Let him follow and win, and let Putin say, do what you want, NATO. Just do what you want. There's a thing called Article 5. An attack on one is attack on all.
Yo, he's hitting the shit in between. I'm telling you, bro. Look at his eyes. This nigga's eyes ain't look like this the whole time.
He probably got something in him where someone can press a button and it
Because we are a powerful nation. We have wonderful people. Because of the people.
As much as I want to say you're full of shit, this is the United States government.
And right now, we're needed.
That nigga's eyes are, bro. When he started, his shit was like this. You saw it. Now he got a pack on his hip. Look at him.
Just let Putin go ahead and take Kyiv. Make sure they move on. See what happens in Poland, Hungary, and other places
This
along
nigga's
that
about
border.
to take the nicest snap anybody's
Oh,
ever.
he's done for the.
That nigga's out for.
He's done for the rest of the
He's
week.
gonna wake up to. Yeah, he's gonna wake up in like 3-4 days for real. Like after
Did we win?
Just to finish,
Literally.
if I might.
What are they
Russia.
saying on the X?
They took a lot of land from Bush. They took a lot of land from Obama and Biden.
Obama.
They took no land, nothing from Trump. Nothing. He knew not to do it.
Trump.
He's not going to play games with me. He knew that.
Not
I
gonna
got
fuck
along
with
very
me.
well, but he knew not to play games. He took nothing from me. But now he's going to take the whole thing from this man right here. That's a war that should have never started. It would have never started ever with me.
I agree.
And he's going to take Ukraine.
Not with you, but the war that should have never happened.
He's got us in such a bad position right now.
We're supporting two wars.
Russia. Because Ukraine's not winning that
But
war.
we're not boots on
He
the
says, I
ground.
will never settle until such time.
So we're throwing rocks, hiding our hands. That's what we're doing. That's literally
It's
what
so
we're doing.
sad. They've lost so many people, and they've lost.
No bullshit. He looked like old Biden right here. That looks like the old Biden with the face and the. That's how he used to look at shit.
Russia would have never attacked.
You just ain't got the.
President Trump, the question was, will you accept the results of the election, regardless
Well,
of
if it's
who
a fair
wins, yes
election,
or no?
sure. If it's not,
If
then
it's
no.
a fair and legal and good election, absolutely.
Absolutely,
I
if
would
it's
much
not.
rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week. But I will absolutely. There's nothing I'd rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that. Then I'm running again. I wasn't really
You can hear the
going to
niggas
run
talking in the background,
until I saw
right?
the horrible judge.
Why is this is why only 600,000 people watch shows on CNN? This is nonsense. Do you think I would ever have a company that would run this way? Thank you.
You? Absolutely.
You see what I figured out in this
You
fucking
are
room?
you are an iron fist type nigga. You are a oh my god, when you get all the resources,
The Roman Empire hasn't been the same.
I'm
has
just
it?
coming to work. I'm just, hey guys, Maestro gonna be in the court. What the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna just sit down.
I'm gonna be yelling at the nigga who doesn't get your articles right. The way I should be yelling at you for not bringing in articles, but it's like, but Lemicah,
He's got seniority. I'm just. We've been friends since we were teenagers.
he also knows I don't have to take this shit. I can just leave.
I'll just leave. I have a trust fund. I don't need to.
I don't need to do this.
I'm doing this shit because I love you, okay? I have to sue Bruno Mars. Like, I don't. The shit you got going?
It's not much to get.
I just like being here.
I enjoy it.
I just do.
How much time is left?
Woo!
It's incredible. I gotta go grab some accoutrement.
Oh, your food? And then we're going to. Huh? Oh, yeah.
The tweets.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to get the.
You gotta keep talking.
Okay, so. Grab my food.
line.
Grab my food too.
You wanna eat?
No. Okay. Fuck it. Get your accoutrement. Hey. Okay. So, how do you guys feel about what this happened? Because shit, the way I'm looking at it, both of them are liars. Both of them are not really suited for the job. But for like entertainment wise, I mean, we all know Trump is the most entertaining. But it's like. Shit, like we're assed out either way. Either way. Did you guys see that Bronny James is going to the Lakers?
Yo, wait.
Today was
I've
a crazy
never
day.
seen nepotism in the same capacity.
That man got a 3-year Supermax deal. Do you think that deal?
I don't know about the deal.
LeBron James got a 3-year Supermax, $156 million deal to stay with the Lakers for another 3 years.
And then so what that is?
So
he's gonna roll that over into Bronny's trust fund.
He don't got to because Bronny's in the league now.
No.
And I have 3 years.
But
Bronny's rookie year contract is going to be up. So he's going to be on the Lakers. You guys want me to not fuck with your money? You guys bring Bronny and then you up his money? Ain't no trust fund. The Lakers are going to pay for Bronny. They're funding Bronny's
facts,
trust.
But what I'm getting at is LeBron's going to get more, always. And at the end of the day, LeBron's always going to die.
And LeBron... Gonna what?
Die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying it happens to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm not saying like it's gonna happen soon. I'm just saying it's gonna happen, and then guess what's gonna happen?
Mm-hmm.
It's all I got all this extra money. This going well.
It's my 3 kids and my wife.
It's not Bronny's trust fund, but it's the trust fund of the trust.
Yeah.
It's the trust. No fund, just trust.
Well, the estate. It all goes into the estate.
Yeah. See, I'm a broke nigga.
You know I know.
I'm thinking of trust.
I'm sorry. Let me talk to you. Here, let me break it down to you. I got you, bro. It's an estate. So if you make more than $300,000 a year, then you have an estate. All the money goes into the estate.
Wait, it's only $300,000.
Only $300,000. You have to make.
I'm not saying I'm there.
$300,000 a year. No. Understand. It's not just you died and you had 300.
No.
You have
make
to
a
continuously generate 300,000.
And then when do they pull it?
A year. Period. And then it's no longer an estate when you're not generating that much, and then it's just a trust. So then it all starts going into a trust.
Oh, God.
So basically,
so why do you do the estate instead of just a trust?
Well, no, you have if you die and you have a lot, you have an estate. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know, I've heard of that.
But for it to continue and then to have a trustee over the estate.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So when you're dead, estate has to keep making $300,000.
A certain amount of money for it to be considered an estate. So then after that, then it becomes just a trust. And then all the money goes into the trust and then is, divvied amongst everything. You do all the trust and shit, so you escape taxes.
What Trump Jr. will get.
Coin toss.
Yeah.
We're going to begin.
So you know what?
President Biden, you have 2 minutes.
Wait, it's still on?
It's back.
I thought it was over.
Significant progress
The last part.
from the debacle that was left by President Trump in his last term. We find ourselves in a situation where, number one, we have to make sure that we have a fair tax system. I ask anyone out there in the audience, or anyone out
They really
watching
running this
debate,
tax shit up.
you
They
think the
trying
tax
to
system is
really
fair?
start taxing
Fact
motherfuckers
is,
a lot.
I
But
see
they're already taxing us
nobody
crazy.
making
And they hired way more
a
tax
single penny increasing the taxes.
I don't
Tax
fuck with
agents.
that either. He did. He hired mad more tax.
IRS.
But this guy has increased your taxes because of the deficit.
No, that's you.
Number one, he's increased inflation because of the debacle he left after the way he handled the pandemic. And he finds himself in a position where he now wants to
He got
tax
an
you
earpiece
more.
in them big ass.
No. It's deep in there. It's all the way by his tooth.
For sure.
What I did, when, for example, he wants to
Nigga,
get rid
CIA,
of
FBI.
Yeah.
the ability of Medicare to for the ability for us to be able to negotiate drug prices.
can't
with
fast!
pharma companies. Well, guess what?
I'm sorry for yelling in your ear like
No,
that.
you're fine. Because I at least you know why I always fuck with you
No more than
because it's like
$2,000 for every senior.
you are
no matter
strong in
what
your
they-
convictions,
how much
but you will be
prescription
real
they
about
need.
what you
know what
see.
that did?
And I be mad at
That
niggas who don't
reduced
be
the
real about
federal
what they
debt.
see.
Oh, yeah.
No, but that's it. That's it. I don't care if you honestly feel a certain way and you have evidence to support that.
Yeah.
I can't say you're stupid.
No.
I just have to listen.
And everybody in America.
But when I see bullshit right in front of my fucking face,
And then niggas will argue me, and I'm like, bro.
you don't see that shit?
We're going to make sure we do something about what we're doing.
That's like saying Will wasn't hurt during the red.
Somebody
table
made me so angry when they said you can't talk down about Biden because that'll cause Trump to win. I was like, so you can't fucking be critical of the president?
You know your place, boy.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to do this, that.
I'm sorry.
But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't. All he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people
Not
to
an
go
Uncle
around.
Tom.
Our military doesn't respect him. We look like fools in Afghanistan. We didn't stop.
Bill said,
Israel.
Bill
It's such a
Bixby,
horrible
that
thing
boy
would
ain't got
never
another
happen
4
to
years.
the-
That boy ain't got another 4 years.
So yeah, we do need to talk about Kamala. Kamala needs to be on these.
Oh, she should be speaking for half of them.
They had no money for Hamas
Just
or
'cause-
Hezbollah.
That's
For
crazy.
terrorists, no money whatsoever. Again,
He said
Ukraine
Iran
should
ain't had
have
no
never
money.
happened. He talks about all the stuff that he didn't do it. For 3.5 years, we're living in hell. We have the Palestinians and we have everybody else rioting all over the place. You talk about Charlottesville. This is 100 times
Palestinians
Charlottesville,
rioting?
1,000
It's not
times. The
Palestinians.
whole country is
It's white college
exploding because of
kids.
you. Because they don't respect you. And they have to respect their president. And they don't respect you throughout the world. What we did was incredible. We rebuilt the military. We got the largest tax cut in history, the largest regulation cut
Who
in
your
history.
people,
The
man?
reason
I
he's
wanna
got
see some of
jobs
those
is because I cut
No
the
niggas.
regulations that gave jobs.
Only nigga
But
he
he
had
put
in there was
those
Omarosa.
regulations back on. All of the things that we've done, nobody's ever
Fired Omarosa.
We've never seen anything like even from the medical standpoint, right to try where we can
She's
try
a friend of my dad's. I'm not gonna touch
materials
her.
instead of going to Asia.
She's a very nice lady. I like her.
Are you ready?
As a person.
Now you can go and you can
Kamala
get
was a
something.
friend of
Sign
Montel
that
Jordan.
shit. They've tried to get it for 42 years.
They not like us. They not
Instead of a choice for our soldiers, where our soldiers, instead of waiting for 3 months to see a doctor, can go out and get themselves fixed up and readied up and take care of themselves, and they're living. And that's why I had the highest approval rating in the history of the VA. So all of these things, we're in a failing nation, but it's not going to be failing anymore. We're going to make it great again.
Ah, the slogan.
Every time. I'm going to close it out, bitch.
Stay with us because we have full analysis of this debate. Anderson Cooper and Aaron
You see,
Burnett starts
they got full analysis.
What do you mean?
Just like sports, nigga. You gotta have the post show. Just like I would have a post show if I had a producer. If anybody wants to help out Maestro and wants to be a producer for the podcast, please reach out and let me know because it would help immensely. I figured all this out by myself. I know there was an echo, but you know what? Niggas did all right.
He's a genius.
That's it. But do you see the difference? Look at the body.
He doesn't look alert.
The president and former president.
Well, okay, look. Let's see how he walks off. He walked
Somebody
dead
about to
off.
walk
He
him
walked
off?
dead off. His wife comes out, kisses him because his wife ain't fucking with him.
Oh no, this is
The first
bad,
debate of the
bro.
2024 campaign and the
No,
early
no, no, no.
Trump was able to walk
No,
off by
no, but you know
himself.
why they're doing this though, right?
Tonight,
Because
along with
they
Aaron
want to
Burnett,
show
first word on what
he's a
those
family
might
man.
make of it from our
Yeah, but he can't walk. Look.
And
Look,
stay
the
focused.
camera, the guy with the is trying to help him down.
But check this out.
Oh my God.
Trump didn't walk down the steps. That nigga smart.
Trump said, I'm going around the way I came.
Why would I go that way?
I can fall?
Why would I go that way?
David Axelrod and CNN chief.
Look at him shaking everybody's hand.
Yeah, yo, he's a fucking schmoozer.
This was a
Okay.
game.
You know why I've realized I don't really fuck with the Biden administration, if we're really being honest? It feels like Hollywood.
It is Hollywood. It is Hollywood, straight up and down. Like, it is Hollywood.
It feels like Hollywood.
Wait, let me see what these motherfuckers are saying.
Which they think will hurt other people down the party in the ticket, and they're having conversations about what they should do about it. Some of those
Bro,
conversations
it's
include.
CNN. You don't.
They're not about to say
No,
anything.
you
of
got.
significance.
I'm not gonna be a dickhead, but you gotta wait until. Someone, the people of color.
Someone else. Hey, okay, so let's talk about
Very
it.
funny. They say shit because they be trying to be relatable because they realize that their platform's not working. Okay, so once again, I'll even explain in the basis of CNN versus something like as bad as this is, and I don't fuck with Fox News, but a Fox News. Fox News doesn't pander to me. That was the same thing I was saying when Biden wanted to have that whole conversation about, well, you know, blacks don't have this. So check this out. It's a view. I'm not saying it's the right view. I'm just saying it's a view. I look at a lot of those things as we progress in society. I'm not saying we're not behind the 8 ball. You know that I know this. This is not a question. But if we're going to treat our whole race like the Special Olympics forever, we will be the Special Olympics forever. You see what I mean? Like, here's what I'm getting at. If Madam C.J. Walker, fucking Jackie Robinson, there's so many African Americans, and I'm not saying that because I know there's a white guy making the same argument, who I don't agree with. I'm just saying. But if all these people have accomplished all these things in a time when it was not possible. Like, literally, we know it's not. Like, nigga, like, I can't get 150,000 people to watch
You're
this.
the unicorn.
No, but I'm saying I can't get 150,000 people to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
These are niggas who could. Dr. Martin Luther King, in his day, would have been able to get at least 200,000 niggas to watch this if he had the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't argue with, yes, it's harder because we also know JFK would have had 5.6, 10 million. You feel me? Like, it just.
Let's see what this is saying.
Look,
God
I can't
damn it!
argue with either of them
She's asking a
about
question.
how Democratic leaders
Also the
are
pandering
reacting to this poll. We said
Why
at
that
the
nigga's
beginning
jacket
that each
wet?
person had a
Is it
fundamental
raining?
goal, and for Biden that goal was to appear energetic, engaged, and look like someone who is capable of serving for another 4 years for president. That was job number one.
No.
I actually think he scored a bunch of points. I think if you just judge this on sort of policy stuff,
Yes and
he
no.
did score a bunch of points on issues like abortion, for example, on some of the economic issues. But
You ain't gotta smoke it.
there is a
Just turn-
feeling.
no, turn that.
I think there was a sense of shock, actually, at how he came out at the beginning of this debate.
Yeah, no.
How
he
his
was way more
voice.
cognitive than I thought he'd be. He's fair. I just think overall what I'm getting at with us as a people, and it's my biggest pet peeve, is the fact of I don't always want to be the race that people say, hey, you know, hey, we got to look out for the, like, no. We don't, because here's what I'm getting at. We don't have to be if we really pay attention. Just listen to what I'm saying. We don't have to be because every race is under white people in the scheme of the hierarchy. Am I not correct? In America. In America. And we don't, and where we are, we don't have a satellite country to be like, oh, we're dual citizens. We don't have that, which is why I always agree we are behind. But it's the same thing as when you said, I remember going to college and you said, the white man got his foot on your neck. It's all these kinds of things that create this thought process that we are not capable. And we are more than capable, a lot of us, due to lack of information and some kind of like shit. Look at us.
It's not even about lack of information. They lie to us. They give us false information. They give us fucking.
Okay. The levels are here.
Mm-hmm.
The levels are here. Every American gets false information.
Yes, for sure.
And then the reason I say the levels are here is because as African Americans, no, we got this. But I won't even say the information was here and here. I will say the information was probably here and here. But due to our behind the eight ballness and because of how behind we are and the fact that, bro, I'll just be real with you. To this fucking day, I have friends who make good money, successful African American black men. I can send them a flyer for where we're going tonight. These niggas will ask me every question that's on the flyer. Niggas don't read. What? And I'm not like it's crazy you find it that funny because like don't tell me you've never realized this. Niggas refuse to read.
No,
people refuse to read. Refuse.
I think when you say niggas refuse to read, it's crazy. I don't think people read. People don't read.
People generally don't read.
In general, don't read.
Niggas refuse to read.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, and I'm, you know why I'm saying that?
Why?
Because I'm niggas.
You're, okay.
No, like I know. I'm well aware. I know how much shit I don't choose to like peruse deeper than I have, but I make a point. I know I make a point, and I have to make a point because if I don't, I won't do it. I have to, even audiobooks, I have to try to. Niggas don't do that, man. And here's what I'm getting at. Niggas don't do that because it's not generally bred in us to do it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say. Okay.
And mind you, I think the two of us are an anomaly.
Okay, so here's my thing.
You got read bedtime stories and shit.
Oh my God, so many. I had so
I
many
believe
books.
it. Your mom looks like she reads.
No, my mom reads.
is an avid reader.
My mom's an avid reader.
You know what? I can tell. You know how I can tell? Because she seems like a mom and she has a vast vocabulary.
She does.
Same. And you know what?
She went to college.
Are you ready? Guess why I was probably able to go to your house at 17? Because your mom talked to my mom. Yeah. My mom said, "This isn't a moronic woman.
Yeah,
this is a
woman
who reads.
This is a woman that could watch my child for a week."
And you know what? My mom loves to read. Yeah. But I'll say, inverse. My dad, not as much.
I just don't.
He knows life.
I just don't want to be caught up on the internet saying niggas don't read. Because I just feel like the internet will.
The internet doesn't take anything out of context,
and it's such an easy statement.
I know.
So like, I will say that like maybe you might not read, or even no. Let me finish.
I didn't say anything.
Sometimes even I might not. Like I might not totally not be. I'm not able to relate to what you're saying. Yes. But I just don't want it to be said because I know there are some niggas that will read. So
and my thing is, I'm not even sitting here saying like.
I know you're not. I'm just saying this for context purposes.
No, thank you.
When they come and they say this nigga said niggas don't read.
Oh, you mean when I get to actually have people to run the stuff when this screen isn't sitting, it's over there?
I just want us to be able to have evidence in the same conversation that said, hey,
Look, you want to get Maestro on this? That nigga doesn't wear suits.
I want to be able
He doesn't wear suits. This is the only time
exactly. I just want to be able to say, go watch the whole interview. They took that out of context. Watch the interview.
No, facts. But I won't lie. It frustrates me. And mind you, I say all this shit out of wanting to see. It's crazy because I was about to say something and then I realized that's extremely inappropriate. I was gonna be like, yeah, I would love to see us be a master race of swords. Whoa. Whoa. That's a ridiculous statement.
Everything.
But you know what though? I love it. I love it because I will be real with that. I'm once again for the context purposes that you just said.
The alcohol is making me say
no.
The alcohol just makes me want to discuss it. Okay.
No. But here's what I'm getting
finish.
at. Here's what I'm saying. I say this out loud, and the reason I say these things out loud is because, man, dude, like on some real shit. And this is not. I don't even know how many people are actually watching this. So like on some real shit, just us talking. I know that people aren't having these conversations.
No.
And it's one of those situations where I'm like, okay, after just watching that, it's like even saying, that's why I said it out loud. Because it's the thought. Yeah. If I, as a black man, a black kid, I won't even say man for real because yes, sure, I'm 32. But
yes,
in the scheme of things, no,
you know nothing, Jon Snow.
Thank you. And I haven't watched that show, but I get what you're going at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know.
So it makes me realize it's like, yeah, bro, I'll say that out loud because it's one of those things I realize. And like I said, that's the wrong way to think. But if I can think that way, if me, little old me, can think that way, people of any sort who have had the upper hand for years would look at things. The fact that I even compare it to a master race lets you know that something like a master race can exist.
I think that's the special thing about the show that we're doing is because like we're just saying things that we think and because we just want to discuss them. Yeah. We're not saying that this is what we solidly this is just I want to have a discussion about it. And I actually before I get into that because I want to go into what you just said because like
before I cut your mic, you have 67 more seconds.
Okay, shit.
Go, nigga. Yeah, 84 ain't that old, is it?
Oh, my fuck. I'm starting to lose it. I don't fully remember what I understand Biden's point of view. It's hard. I don't even remember what the fuck I was getting
All right,
at.
how about this? Let's go. You got, hold on, time out. I want to do this because I want to see how well we can do. And I want to see how close we are to the candidates that we will act like we want. No. Wait.
Fuck!
Wait, are you ready? 60. You got 60 seconds, sir. And that starts in 3, 2, 1.
I think it would be cool to and I think that maybe we need eventually when we get one more host, it would be cool to have someone else to really challenge all of my position and your position so we can have like deeper and more ethical discussions like this. But also with me saying that like a master race, I'm just to think about it, what all black, we as the people, we are the master race. So we actually we're I'm not having you're doing this thing where we can't talk back to forth. That's how he feels. That's how he feels.
That is exactly how Trump feels. President Levert, you have 10 seconds left. Would you like to say anything else?
I want to have a retort. I want to have a back and forth. I don't want time and then you cut my mic off and while I'm talking to you, I'm trying to explain my point, but you can't get my...
That's it. All right, President Harrell.
Oh,
do you have anything you want to say? See, President Harrell don't even remember what y'all niggas
I don't remember the point.
What was it? It was, It was you talk about African Americans.
So you have a little bit more closer to Biden, huh? You're
see
kind
my
of
suit?
leaning left, bro.
I've been smoked.
The Japanese whiskey with that shit
Mount
got you on
Fuji,
that
nigga.
shit.
The elevation got me fucked up.
Yeah, you all fucked up.
Wait. We were talking about.
He really lost it.
No, I remember the broad strokes. I remember it was that. Listen, don't make me trumpet for fucking 60 seconds.
Please don't trumpet. No, actually trumpet.
Listen, we were talking about African Americans and where they stand in society, and honestly, they're not a weak people. They're not a weak people. They're strong people. They're not modest people. I'll tell you that. I've met a lot of them. They're not modest, but they're very forward about who they are and what they want to be, and they add a lot to this country. This country wouldn't be anything without them.
Shit.
It wouldn't be a damn thing without them. And I know that with African Americans at the helm, supporting me and everything that I want to create within this country,
start blending us
we
with
can all
Mexicans
be substantial.
Yeah,
because we got a lot of people coming in through the border. Got a lot of people coming in through the border. And let me tell you, these African Americans, they could be doing these jobs.
Who's taking
they
their jobs?
do them better.
Who's taking the African American?
All these people at the border are taking their jobs.
They're taking the black.
They're taking the black jobs.
Yeah, they're taking.
And that was my 60 seconds. And you know what? You can't. And can I say something? Give me one nigga who don't read, and he'll love that whole eulogy.
All I'm saying is that nigga really just said.
He said that they're
the
taking
immigrants
our
are
jobs.
taking the niggas' jobs.
They're taking black jobs.
He said that.
I was like, which jobs are we talking about exactly, President Trump?
That's actually crazy. Somebody's.
Oh,
yeah.
that's my timer.
Oh, that's your timer because your time was up. Okay.
I have to pee very bad.
It's okay. Hold it.
No, I'm not gonna.
Pause his mic.
No.
No, you can't go anywhere.
No, it's alive. It's alive. We're still. You know what though? Honestly, we could end the live technically.
So okay, yeah, there was a video of a guy who did a Walmart order, and in that Walmart order, it was $120 or $140. And this was in 2022 when he did the order. He went and looked at it for this year, this time, like last week, and there was a reorder button. He pressed the reorder button. I was trying to give you time to go pee. I was trying to I was trying to help you, but you started moving around. Look at you, can't even stand up. There was a reorder button. He pressed the reorder button. And the reorder button, it came out to $450, $440. So basically, everything about inflation not really being crazy at this moment is a lie. Inflation is going bananas right now. Almost triple, not even like just double. Go to the grocery store. Buy what you would have bought for $150. It's now $300, $400. It's crazy right now. But yeah, that election was wild. I mean that debate was wild. Donald Trump is the same man. It's actually crazy. Like he doesn't learn lessons, or he doesn't like change, or that he just like keeps on doing the same shit. He doesn't pivot. He just stays on the same track. Lie and talk shit. But it's entertaining, man. It's entertaining. But no, I'm actually definitely nervous about this entire. I don't think any of our candidates are really there's so many smart people. Like if Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, I'm going to run for president. If The Rock was like, I'm going to run for president, I'd be like, it's better than these guys.
Well, this is why I think Democrats are morons. Can I be honest? Like, this is why I think the Democratic Party are moronic right now. I'm not saying that in theory, the whole party forever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this is why I think they're idiotic right now for the simple fact. And the Republican Party slightly right now is idiotic because you got these two old-ass niggas who are going to die very soon. Listen to her.
Problem. He may have won when he was making his discrete policy points, but part of the job on the debate stage is dealing with an opponent like Donald Trump who goes like a mile a minute on things that are not true. And if you don't deal with that, I don't know. No one at home is doing that.
All I want to say is I'm not sure. I don't think you're giving viewers enough credit. I think what they saw was the Trump that they didn't like. And I don't think he did himself a great service.
But I also think we should I also think we should let
No,
voters
it's the
absorb
same
this
exact.
and see what they say.
No,
Let's
the Trump I know.
This is the same nigga I know.
Yeah. He wasn't able to get off the
Get his shit off. Like, that's the same nigga that's always been.
Bro, he's the most consistent.
If you liked him, it didn't stop you from liking him. If you didn't like him, it didn't stop you, change you from liking him. It's very consistent.
But see, this is also why I don't fuck with CNN, bro.
And Joe Biden, he was very consistent as he's been. That nigga,
he didn't need that. He needed to be.
And he did. He was. I'm gonna say words very fast and just get off these points. And
wait, coming up, debate night in America. VP Kamala Harris. We gotta watch that. We gotta see what Kamala.
Dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare,
and that's gonna change some people's minds.
Wait, I gotta see what Twitter talking about. What is Twitter saying?
Oh my God, we haven't even looked at Twitter. Wait, what is Kamala Harris debate night? Who's she going against?
That's right. That was a moment. I'm sure Anderson.
She's gonna be on a podium by herself.
I mean,
my panel, and people around the country. That was a painful moment.
Who's Trump's vice president?
And Audie, Caitlin, and Chris.
No one's asked. Listen, people might have asked that, but I have not seen anybody really discuss who's going to be the vice president.
His vice president was
President Biden, and the raspiness,
And he
the
didn't.
hoarseness of his voice.
They
that
didn't.
was at 9/11.
Nobody came with him. His bitch didn't even come. His wife didn't even come.
The Japanese whiskey that you say reckless shit. You're gonna have to rewatch the entire video, but it's live.
Not me.
Just out of the blue.
Not me, said the drunk man.
We've heard so much from the other panel.
Damn, he had to do this after. This nigga's so
tired. He's sleepy.
Nigga, I'm tired, and I've been sitting here doing a podcast.
He doesn't know where he is.
That nigga's on the bed. They just hit him with another one. They hit him with another one. This nigga's heart's gonna. And he's gonna have a heart attack.
They're playing very recklessly. Like the people who are taking care of him, because we know there are people that are taking care of him. He's not taking.
I'm just.
Do you know how long of it? If he wasn't the president, the amount of time he would take in the bathroom wouldn't be sufficient for the president of the United States.
Response that does not match what seems to be.
Huh?
The broader response, they're cheering for him right there, as you can see.
Jill fucked Joe.
4 more years.
3 months.
No, we don't have to.
Okay, anyway, I was just going to say that the two of them decided
4 months,
after
but
November
like it's not much of a fuck. Like it's more of a hand job with
he should have turned it over
His dick
to a
doesn't
new
work
generation.
anymore.
No, it
And
gets
this
up
has
every
been
once
No,
in a
it
while.
doesn't.
frankly,
No, I don't give a fuck. No, it doesn't. No, I'm not even doing this shit. I'm not even talking about politics right now. I'm talking about this old man's dick working. That's what we're talking about right now. And you're telling me that this 98-year-old dick is working. You think they're going to risk his heart with Cialis for his dick to work? No, fuck it. You think they're going to risk his heart with fucking Viagra
For Biden surrogates. We have
so he can fuck some?
Also, Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock in the back of the room. There are Trump.
No, we're having this conversation. President's dick is not. You telling me he fucked something 3 months ago? You telling me he fucked something a year ago?
No, I think like 4 or 5 months ago.
Bro, he's not fucking. He doesn't want to fuck anymore.
Yeah, he does.
He
Yeah, he was.
He has flashbacks of 1968.
Former President Donald Trump, obviously, the
When
felony
he's
convictions,
by the
but
way,
also what they've
she's
done on
hot.
reproductive
I
rights,
just
and the
hate
fact
how
that through
she
the
talks.
justices who helped overturn Roe versus Wade.
When he looks off into the distance, he's thinking about the most embarrassing moment in high school in 1956.
Maybe he's thinking about the.
He's thinking about when he crashed that car and almost killed Jenny, and his whole life could have went left.
Wait, what did
I'm
you
making this up.
No. Oh, you don't know about that. Oh shit.
What?
Yeah.
What did I just say?
Yeah.
What did I just do?
Yeah. So.
What did I just do?
So.
Everybody.
Hunter. I'm dead. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious.
I was just saying.
I'm not.
I was just saying.
I know
a traumatic event
I know
that
you
this
were.
old timer can
I know you were.
Oh no!
You realize that all of the Bidens have died. Like his wife was in the car with Joe, not Joe, with Hunter and Bo, I believe, because one of the kids isn't hers.
Bro, my heart's starting to skip a
And
beat. I was just making
but
a
ain't
joke.
no bullshit. Naomi, the baby, the daughter that they had, died in the car accident. No. I know you didn't know this. I know you didn't.
I'm not trying to.
No,
I wasn't.
No, it was,
I'm the good one.
No, I know. Even you know what's funny? Even my parents, they laugh and they go. I like how Lemicah brings you back, and then you go at him, and then he brings you back because it's good. Yeah, no, we need this. But like, no. Hold on.
Oh no! I was just
So,
making,
children, Joe Biden, his firstborn daughter and third child, Naomi Christina Biden, died December. But check this out. This also shows you how old he is. His firstborn child died December 1972 in the same car accident as her mother. Her firstborn son and first child, Joseph Bo. Yo, I'm right. Biden died in May 2005.
I'm not going
2015.
I'm not going to Equinox tonight. I'm not going to swim. We have a whole.
So basically, the wife and the daughter died, but Bo and I believe Bo and Joe were in the car, but they were fine. Or not Joe, Hunter.
You just made my joke
And
unfunny.
then no, and then check this out. Guess what Hunter named his daughter? Naomi.
Was he in a war?
No.
Okay.
He's just a crackhead.
No, Joe.
No, Hunter.
No, I'm asking, was Joe in a war?
Joe wasn't in a war.
Joe never went to war?
No, Joe was actually, no bullshit, what he did say, now that I think back, when I was in Japan, no bullshit, this actually makes a lot of sense. I was talking to Audi, and we were talking about all this shit, right?
Yeah.
And I was just looking up shit about Joe Biden. And I was reading all this shit back. And so Joe Biden did get into, I want to say, hold on, I don't want to say anything wrong on this. Hold on, give me a second. But he was basically, he did get into office young. But the weird thing is it was like less than a year or like just a year after his wife and daughter died that he meets his new wife, and she's a college student, and he's older than her. And then they get into it, and then they have a child within the next year. It's some shit that like you look at it and you go,
Oh, I totally understand why Hunter's on crack.
Yeah, it's like,
wow, that actually gives more. That actually makes me more sympathetic to Hunter Biden.
Fair.
Well, running around with hookers, guns, and crack. Because, and I'm not saying this just because, I'm making misinformation. No, I have a video in my phone of Hunter Biden weighing up crack, holding guns, and fucking hookers. Like, that's scored behind a Future song. It's the hardest shit ever.
Biden, fifth, where is it? Fifth youngest senator in history. About a month later, his wife and infant daughter were killed in a car accident, and his 2 sons were seriously injured. Although he contemplated suspending his political career, Biden persuaded to join the Senate in 1973, and he went on to win re-election 6 times, becoming Delaware's longest-serving senator. This is what they do. In 1977, he married Jill Jacobs. So, in this version of the things, they say 1972 and 1977. And another thing I read, it's very, they lay out like, met, da-da-da. So then you realize, like, oh, it wasn't 1972 to 1979. He married the bitch in 1979, which is still 7 years. But he was involved, where is it, 1953, freshman year, on spring 1964, where is it?
Like, let's really, like, think about, like, we're talking about a man's life.
72, the death happens. And then in 1975, he meets Jill Jacobs. And then the death happened in, I want to say the end of 72.
That's so tragic.
December 72. So then 73 to 74, he meets her in 75. And then they were married in 77.
Hey, listen to me real quick.
Yeah.
Do you understand that his life is so open that me and you are talking about the most traumatic moment of his life, and we're just talking about that on fucking live stream?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Like, that I feel so awful.
You know what's weird, though? It's weird you say this, because I thought about this. Okay, I had 2 thoughts today. One was, I was thinking about something, and nepotism came up in my mind. In my mind, randomly. I remember I was making hard-boiled eggs. I fucking put pepper on them. I was putting the pepper back, and I was thinking of it was something about politics, race. If we could do it, we do it. Type shit. Because me trying to always be in the middle. Always trying to understand the middle. My weed man tells me he's outside. I walk outside. I go talk to him. He tells me Bronny James is a Laker. And then I sit there and I go, wow, this is crazy. Because I literally, we look at each other and we both go, I ain't mad at it. Because as a black man, back to that weird master race thought. But it's like, as a black man, shit, people been doing it their whole lives. Like, it's nice to see us be able to do it. But then even he goes, it's wild.
It's wild, but
then the second thing I thought was, damn, we're doing a debate. I was plugging in shit over there. We're going to live stream this debate. And I thought, wow, as much as even a nigga like me would enjoy, let's just say I was one of the few people who couldn't be co-opted. And I just really, the whole reason, and this is not true. So, like, if I ever run for president, you can take this. I'll trump it, so fuck off. But the whole reason I'd want to be president isn't just because I believe that I can help the world, but I do think it's more of that than anything else. Yeah. No bullshit. Like, I feel that way. And I had the thought, I was like, man, but I would never do that. It's just, people will just dissect you and just talk about all your worst moments.
Everything.
And now we're sitting here and you bring this up. And it's like, yes, that's what this is.
That's why I would never go into politics.
Anyone smart wouldn't.
Because it's like, I've done things.
Can I be real with you, though?
You've been drinking. Do you want to be real on this life?
No, you're funny. No, literally.
Okay.
And this is why we have the 2 people we have. Because one guy doesn't give a fuck and the other guy doesn't remember what he's done. And that's that. That is why we have these 2 people. One guy does not give a fuck. He will stand up there. Here's my point. Here is my point. If Donald Trump was the guy that Trump supporters believe that he is.
Yeah. He's playing in their fucking face.
He would simply say, Well, no one from my party has ever been on the flight logs 50 times, Joe. It'd be that simple. But he's that brash and that rude, knowing he's complicit in some way. Different kind. This is what I mean, though. Different kind of guy.
They're all
different kind of guy.
right.
And then Joe, literally, is so old. Even things like him showering with his daughter, like what?
Huh?
What? Oh, you don't know about that? His daughter wrote in her diary that she was like literally, it's like being at the, I can't remember their last names. I'm gonna pseudo name. Being at the Jeffersons on weekends, doing blah blah blah. I always felt like I was over sexualized. Showers with my dad, probably not good. She was showering with her dad when she was like 12 years old or some shit. Yeah. And it wasn't a reoccurrence. It was like a thing.
Okay, so that feels creepy. Is there a way to make that not feel creepy? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, is there like a realm where that's not weird?
No.
Is there like an angle where... No, because there's certain shit and people like map it as weird.
I'll explain.
And it's like...
I'll explain.
And it's like...
The only way to make that not weird would be... Well, she wouldn't write it that way in her diary, which she later in that Hunter Biden trial had to admit that the diary was real. But, no, it wouldn't be that. It would be more of a, you'd see bath with dad every day. Like, I put it this way. It's weird if you're bathing with your kids still 12 anyway, but if you've been doing it every day for the last 12 years, now y'all just have some like fucked up like, oh, you need to let go, bro. Your kid's growing up. That's more of that. It's not.
But 12 is crazy. Cause I remember when I was like 5 or 6.
12.
Cause when I kissed my dad when I was younger, like a little boy,
one day
kissed him on the lips, and then like when I was maybe 5 or 6, I kissed him. He said, "Hey, man." He said,
hey,
listen,
nigga,
listen, all that,
I love you, but
like all that kiss on the lips shit's done now, man. So we not doing that shit no more, all right? All right, I love you, I'll embrace you, everything. Just you ain't kissing me on no goddamn lips, you fucking 4-year-old.
See, my dad never started that. It was more of a, I always kiss, even to this day, like if it's, I'm leaving, coming back to LA, like I hug him, kiss him on the cheek. Like it's like but it ain't like no, it's, it's one of those. Like,
no, but I mean, but the thing is, now that I'm thinking about it, around 4 is around the time. 1, 2, 3. It's
4,
my butt,
yeah.
Around 4, you big, like.
Yeah, you nigga,
we're good.
And it's also, y'all ain't no little niggas too. Yeah. So your 4 is rather
it's like
sizable.
You're like,
it's a nice 6-year-old. That's a 6-year-old me.
We're done, kid.
Yeah, we're not doing that no more.
You want $500 to go to the movies?
Take some bitches.
But no, man. Oh man. Okay. So our country, we're in a terrible downtrend.
WW3.
It's coming.
It's coming.
On the horizon.
We gonna get that before we get another Bad Boys.
Damn. I was trying to think, but it's like, damn, it's still in theaters, so they still gotta shoot, edit.
Yeah, no.
It's a whole year or two before they finish. Oh yeah, that's 4 years. They can only, let's talk about that. They can only do sequels like every 4 years now. They can't, like, remember back in the, like, Iron Man? They did Iron Man, released it in, and then Iron Man 2 came out the next year or maybe 2 years. Like,
oh, did you see 50 Cent's post?
I'm a gangster grandma. I'm proud of it.
No.
Get Rich or Die.
And, I know what you're referencing. Nah. You want to see this? Damn.
What did 50 do?
It's the one of the scariest things ever. So 50 Cent posted a whole picture of him. It was welcome to Tyler Perry Studios, 50 Cent. It got his picture, whole thing. Walk in, say, welcome to Tyler Perry Studios, 50 Cent. Then that nigga 50 put under the thing. Tyler Perry showed me some shit today that just changed the whole game. He's like, if you ain't owe me money before, you owe me. So I feel like he showed him the AI shit. And I feel like he showed him also like how he be producing his shit. And I feel like 50 Cent is about to hit a whole new tier of low. But he's about to make so much more money.
I think he's capable. I mean, he's fully capable.
He's fully, because you know why?
Oh no, he probably spent it. Oh no, Tyler Perry taught 50 Cent the Tyler Perry.
Yeah,
method.
that's what I'm saying. It's the scariest thing I've seen all year. It was scarier than our president.
Oh
no. Yeah.
Like, really think about it. You guys don't understand who Tyler Perry is and what he does.
That nigga's
This
a
motherfucker just like.
Can I tell you who Tyler Perry is? Tyler Perry is Donald J. Trump of film.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's not. It's what it is.
I was actually watching a thing on company towns or something like that, where a company like has an entire town and they just all their employees they live in that town.
Don't excite me with these ideas.
And see, and like I said,
niggas like me would love this.
So they have company towns. Everyone lives in that town. MrBeast is building one. He basically already has like a cul-de-sac low key. There's only
he owns the land already. He's building the homes.
Yeah, there's only one house that's holding out. That house is so smart because they're gonna make mad bread. But one house is holding out. Then a couple big brands did it. And basically, that's
Microsoft's not. Bill Gates was like one of the first niggas to do this.
And basically, no, they've been doing. Nestle did it.
Well, what year was that? I'm saying
They've been doing it since like early 1900s or something like that.
Early. Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, companies have really been doing that.
Getting it.
Yeah. Now, they always end in revolt and rebellion, and everyone ends up killing, or like they have to stop it due to government interference. But like they had one in South America, they had one in Philly or something. Like, it was just crazy. And basically, that's what Tyler Perry has. Tyler Perry, now have you allegedly, because I'm not trying to get sued by this nigga. Yeah. But Tyler Perry basically has a Navy base in Atlanta.
There's multiple also airplane bases.
Yeah, airplane bases. And basically, he built out a studio on all that, but not just a studio. He actually built like houses, like housing. He has apartments. He has the White House, to scale White House. He has on all that property, and he lets people live there.
He's BlackRock.
And he makes everyone has to work.
He makes movies in 22 days.
He makes movies in 22 days. Less. He could probably do it in less. He makes shows
in a day.
He shoots entire episodes.
In the time it took us to do this live stream,
he had an
Tyler Perry
shot.
would have done a television show.
Meet the Browns.
Yes.
Episode 1 and 2.
I've been there. I've done it. He would have had and guess what? In the other room, my living room, would have been
another show been done.
Yeah. No. Like that nigga is here's my thing. Everybody,
the word slaves just keeps on.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? You know what he said? These are black jobs.
But they're paying these people. He's paying these people badly?
He's paying them.
This is a real question. Poorly? I did a extra roll and I got a residual check. I'm gonna
ask you a question. Oh, well, okay, that's union. Here, I'm gonna ask you a question. What is poorly when you're an out of work black actor?
Exactly. So, are you mad that I'm getting work? I'm
exactly
supplying work.
Exactly.
Are you gonna complain
Are you mad that I supply you with an apartment, even though things aren't up to code, but you have a place to live?
Oh, you have a place that you didn't last week.
Lemicah sounds like a slumlord.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby. I didn't say that. I'm just saying that no, slumlord. No, I'm talking about Tyler Perry Studios specifically. I'm not talking about anything else. And I'm just saying
it's all in perspective of how you look at it. And what I'm saying is, okay, You got to remember, when you do Tyler Perry work, and these are facts. This is not opinion, and this is not bias. When you do Tyler Perry work, it is not respected or looked at when your resume comes in. It's the same as if you do things on BET. I'm sorry, this is just truth.
That's sad.
It's the same as if you, but let's just be real.
The New Edition movie, that did some things.
That made some careers. Who? Don't say it made Woody's Power made his career. That's 50 Cent.
No, he did New Edition before Power.
No,
that was like before or around the exact same time.
Okay, so yeah, I forget. You know what?
Yeah, so you're not gonna fucking talk to me.
I know. You're right. But
in any kind of way,
with the most people,
you son of a bitch.
With most people,
Wolf James is doing pretty good.
Yes, the Shy did that.
No, it didn't. Fuck you. The Shy, he didn't come onto the Shy until later. He didn't come into the Shy until 2-3 years ago. New Edition movie came out like 4 years ago. He did that before.
Right. What made him a household name though was the Shy.
But listen, man.
I'm not saying
I'll give it to the nigga on Power. The nigga on Power, yeah, that nigga. The Power, not Power. The nigga on Empire. The Empire, did that. Terrence.
Yeah, that's all. Like, yeah, Terrence. I know you're not saying my nigga.
8 Degrees of Terrence Howard, baby.
What you mean?
We need to make up a game of 8 Degrees of Terrence Howard. Fuck Kevin Bacon. It's 8 Degrees of Terrence Howard now.
Kevin Bacon.
You never 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon?
No, I know 6 Degrees of 6 Degrees with Will Smith, where he's gay.
Not the movie 6 Degrees of Separation.
I'm so lost.
I was like,
wait. I'm like, are you talking about gay Will Smith?
No, I'm talking about
GWS.
No, I'm talking about 6 Degrees of Separation from Kevin Bacon.
Jiggy with it in that movie.
Okay. It's funny because it's true. It's funny because that was, listen.
And look, and they made him a movie star after that.
Well, fuck you. I'm not going to allow you. I'm not, you may not speak on Will Smith's name in any kind of way ill.
My homie Ash asked me this the other day, and this is a great, and I wanted to, who's more famous, Will Smith or The Rock? See, and you're like me, you're logical. You can't just go. He was like, Will Smith, bro. And I'm like, no, you're black. Because The Rock is global.
But see, the thing is, The Rock is black. The Rock's father is a nigga.
No, we know this. But people choose not to pay
attention. Does he embrace the Samoan aspect
more
a little bit stronger?
Yes. And then here's the other thing. But then my argument
But if you watch The Young Rock, you'll understand.
Will Smith been a way bigger star. He was a movie star when The Rock was nobody. So it's like, damn.
Yeah, but all right, so I'll say this. Will Smith's numbers are better than The Rock's.
Really?
Like
I'm
talking about like just Will Smith starring in shit by him. I'm the lead.
Oh yeah.
The Rock comes in on Fast and Furious.
Yeah, right.
The Rock comes in.
He pads his numbers a bit.
Thank you. The Rock pads his numbers. Now, did he have a run where he was doing great numbers? Jumanji, that's padded. That's The Rock
and
Kevin Hart. And Jack Black, who is actually box office gold that no one fucking talks about.
That's why they give him so many chances. Even though when he missed, he missed.
That
nigga swings and misses, he fucking whiffs.
But when he knock that bitch,
that shit is a grand slam.
I give you Kung Fu Panda.
3 of them.
I give you and shows and
School of Rock.
And I give you School of Rock. I give you Jumanji's sequel. I give you Peter Jackson's King Kong.
Speak on it.
So okay, but I think The Rock's numbers are a tad padded because Will Smith did those numbers dolo. Kevin James wasn't making fucking hits.
Yeah, you're right. Fucking, he had Vivica A. Fox.
The nigga did a movie by himself.
Facts.
Will Smith did a movie dolo,
don't
bro.
Don't play that German Shepherd.
Bro, I cried when he had to choke that nigga out.
She's a Central Intelligence Scorpion King. She's from Nova Scotia. Baywatch.
Who's she? Chat GBT?
Ether.
Oh, there's somebody that's talking to us?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about it. Now let's look at numbers.
Central Intelligence is
Kevin Hart padded.
Scorpion King. Oh,
that didn't do well.
No, and that was what's the white guy?
And that's Brendan Fraser built that motherfucking franchise for you to fucking 100%. Jump off and do that.
Yeah, 100%.
That's Brendan Fraser, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And he was an add-on.
Bro,
The Rock was
an add-on, and you got a fucking spinoff, bro. Yeah. I love Walking Tall. I loved the shit that he did with Sean Patrick. Stifler.
Sean Patrick Harris. I did a movie with that nigga.
I love him.
Yeah, no, he is good.
From American Pie, and he did that movie, Run something, the movie with The Rock, where they were in the jungle.
Yes.
I love that movie. I also want to talk about him.
Sean William Scott.
Why isn't he in Marvel yet? Why hasn't he gotten his big check yet?
Something happened with him. Or he got out of the game.
It had to be, because he's too fucking good.
No, yes, but also, you got to remember, he caught a whole bunch of flops after American Pie because he was kind of Stifler and everything, and then people weren't like, okay, so the
Role Models was my shit.
I liked it. The movie we did, it was called The Promotion. John C. Reilly, Sean William Scott. I'm in it.
John C. Reilly's the GOAT.
Yes, by far.
He's one of my GOAT. Like, I consider him.
Yes. And this is before Step Brothers and shit. And then
Chicago. I watched Chicago. He made me cry when he performed Mr.
We filmed this in
Cellophane.
Chicago, down the street from my house. Chris Lofton's in it too. From Power and all this shit. Yeah, bro. And he did a good job in it. It was cool. The guy who directed it also wrote Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith title.
Oh, and yeah.
What was his name?
I think Sean Williams. But okay, so like, all right, so let's talk. Right now, currently, The Rock is the biggest star. Even if you go on Instagram, I think The Rock has like 300 something million followers.
Yes. Yeah, he's a huge.
He's at 396 million. He's about to have 400 million.
Where's 400 million? Yeah, he's padding.
Results this November. He went back and forth about where he stands on one of the most critical issues of freedom in America, which is the right of a woman to make decisions about their own body. He has been completely ambiguous and all over the place about where he stands on that issue, despite the fact that he hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade, and that's exactly what they did. And just 3 years ago, we commemorated the 2-year anniversary of Dobbs, wherein women across our country have been denied emergency health care.
All that may be true. All that may be true. But the president of the United States was not able to make that case to Donald Trump on the stage tonight. I mean, you debated against then Vice President Trump, Vice President Biden 4 years ago. And he was a very different person on the stage 4 years ago.
No, I think it's all bad. I just think that Biden literally can't be my representative of power.
Biden's my third.
The point has to be
put her before
performance.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I put her. I Trump, Biden. Bro, I just think it's fuck.
Agree, but I think it's a little more fuck.
I'm talking about 3.5 years of performance in work that has been
it's just fuck.
But is that the man?
Because it's like all my fears of Biden getting into office are happening, and we're going into World War III, and we're about to. He's
the
about
person that you saw on the debate stage.
But Donald Trump, I do have a deep fear of him taking my rights somehow.
Performed in a way that has been about whether it be in the old
somehow.
Negotiating
I don't put it past him to remove my rights as a human being.
I don't put it past him
to upgrade our infrastructure. Whether it be the person I see in the Oval Office who is meeting with heads of the military.
At least Kamala has some stake in the game where they're like, if you take gay rights, you take my rights. Like,
No, she's Indian.
Yeah, nigga. Do you? Oh no.
Oh yeah. They don't think they're like us. They not like us. They not
The
like
fact
us.
that you just went into my mind and know exactly what I went through and realized.
Nigga, that's what you did in the kitchen earlier.
As a human being.
That nigga. One guess. I felt like Trump. I was like, so you saw this happening?
You saw this coming and you didn't say anything to me?
You said nothing. I said, this guy, he's not a good guy. He's not a good guy. He's a bad person.
How do you think white people... No, because I don't even want to care about white.
No, you should. See, that's the problem. This is the problem. This is what they do to all of us. So, if Martin Luther King had something right, which I think he had a few things right, but I think if he had something right for sure, it was the simple fact that we all have to pay attention to how the other person feels. Because what I realize, even dumb shit, once again, I always try to stay in the middle. I've noticed even dumb shit like, we live in a society where now you have the same shit that African Americans, us, fucking Asian people, everybody's done since the beginning of time. Some people do it to lean into something. Some people do it because they actually need it. White people are starting to be like, well, America's against us. Right. Listen to what I'm saying. I think it's bullshit, but here's the wild thing about it. When you enact certain policies and you do certain things to try to level out certain things, but you're not really trying to level out anything, this is what you get. Because here's my point. If you were actually trying to level out things, this work would have been done in a more concise amount of time, and it wouldn't have been the way that it is now. Now it's like a weird... Well, yeah, all the companies are still going to be owned by white men, but, like, we're not going to hire white men here. What?
No, fuck you, because they want to get rid of DEI, and now they're going to be like, we not hiring none of you niggas.
Are you ready? That is what I'm getting at. That's the fucked up repercussion of you doing dumb shit like this. Because that's what I'm saying.
But also, that's the repercussion of voting for a motherfucker like a Trump. You're going to lose fucking programs and things like that.
Fair.
You know that shit's going to be out the window and he's going to be okay with it.
But see, here's also what... Yes, I think that's... I will give that...
There's going to be...
I don't know if I want to give that 40 or 60% because that is very true. That is very true.
You know that, dude.
But
you know that.
But my only argument for that is... What were the things that led up to this? And I think
racism.
But see, that's a constant.
Shit ain't.
No, yeah, but see, this is also what I get at. It's a constant. It's almost like imagine knowing that if that guy shoots the ball, he's gonna get 3 points, and if you shoot the ball, no matter where you shoot it from, you're gonna get a 1 point. Okay. But you understood these rules coming into the game, okay? Okay, because
you were explained and given these rules. You weren't.
No, because here's what I'm gonna get at.
Oh, you know these rules coming into the game. No, you were born with these are the rules.
Yeah, there you go.
You are these. This is the hand you are dealt, buddy.
Okay, but here's what I'm getting at. We learned this so early. Because we hear it from everybody. And then what that tends to do to people after a certain amount of time, I'm just being real with you, it makes them doubt themselves. It's like someone's always telling you, yeah, nigga, no, you always fuck that up. You always messed it. Micah always gonna overheat the blah, blah, blah. It's that every time. And you know what? After a while, you know what you start saying? Well, yeah, I just always overheat it, so I'd rather hand it to you. Or I always overheat it, so you know what? It's just what it is. Well, There I go overheating again. Like, that's what you'll do. Yeah, you got the reference. It was funny. There I go kill it again.
Oh boy, here I go kill it again.
But my point is, if that's what we're told, and that's what we're sold, and that's what we choose to believe, bro, that is what we'll always be. And my whole thing is, in a free market, I'm not saying it's as free as they claim it to be, not saying that we have all the opportunities that we should, but are you going to sit there and argue with the nigga and be like, wait a minute, after you realize this nigga done hit 4 shots, after 3 shots, nigga, I'm going to realize, oh, y'all niggas not going to pay attention? I got to just start shooting twice as fast as this nigga. That's just what it is. We choose not to do that. And we choose to go, wait, no, see, he's still doing it. Stop. It'll never work for you. It'll never be beneficial for you. And you know what? And all the fucking white people who think harshly, way more harsh than I think, they're always going to use that as a scapegoat. So you know what? The best thing we can do, as much as I want to say it's crazy what just happened today, shout out to LeBron. As much as I want, I'm just saying, like, this is the only
Black
way.
people need to support nepotism more. Stop being like, oh, make it on your own way. No.
And here's what I'm getting at. I think the beautiful part about it is, if we did support nepotism more, here's the dope part. My worldview. This is my worldview. Then I'm going to give you my view as a black man. My worldview is, fuck. If you support nepotism more, then we're going to have a whole lot of people who are less capable because they haven't grown up in the infrastructures to know what to do once they're giving all of this responsibility. And that is a fair white man's assessment. Fair. Because he's only looking at real things, not being just like, these niggas ain't gonna know what to do. My black man assessment of it is, and guess what? That's beautiful because it makes niggas more accountable. Because now they think if they actually show up on time, if they actually put in the work and they actually do things, they actually might grow. And to me, that is the fucking, I think a lot of our shit it's the same as, I get frustrated when I go to a store and somebody's like, oh, I don't know, maybe it's over here. I don't know my job. But I can't, how mad can I be? I know you don't get paid enough. I know you don't get paid enough. I know you don't. I know I would be just like you if I were here. I had to show up here every day. I can't go to the gym. I can't go wake up and work on something I want to do. I got to show up here. Here, this fucking, whatever store or thing, this here, my fucking boss is probably a dickhead, somebody I would never hang out with. Here, yeah, nigga, I don't really care if you know where the fucking weed fucking killer is. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up on the fucking iPad because they don't pay me enough to know where this shit is and to respect where I work. They don't. So, what I'm saying is, as a black man, we usually know, Trump even said it, didn't he? The immigrants are taking our jobs, and that's not doctors, lawyers, and fucking architects. You feel me? So what I'm getting at is, hey, we're not the wounded calf. We're the motherfuckers who figured out how to take the worst parts of the fucking meat and turn it into something. We're the people who we know how to make
gold weavers.
But here's my point. We know how to make do, but we also know how to make gold. The problem is the way that they frame who we are to us consistently. It's made us understand and made us proud of making do.
Isn't that systemic?
It's a mixture of it's systemic, no question. No question, it's systemic for years. But what I will say is, as we grow into a more, and I don't know why this phrase keeps coming to my head, but free market. As we grow into a freer market, as all races of people, in all situations. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's motherfuckers who have internet now who didn't have it fucking 5 years ago. You know, like, it's a freer market. So all I'm getting at is we've already acknowledged we're behind. That's been acknowledged. We know this. There's no more needing to explain this, so I don't need another movie about it. I don't need none of that shit. We get it. We get it. We're behind. So now
my thing
fixes?
Is it's wording though.
Solution.
Like that's the biggest thing. Like when you say we're behind, it bothers me because we weren't. No, it bothers me. It doesn't make me say I don't understand what you're saying. It bothers me because it's phrasing of shit. We are behind, and because when you say we are behind, then they'll be like, "Oh, because you're lazy." Because no, we're in this position.
But see, that's my point, though. I 100% agree. But that was my point of even the way I phrased everything. Because fuck that lazy shit. Fuck all that shit. That's not why we're behind. No,
we couldn't have shit. We couldn't keep shit. We could give shit.
But then my thought process becomes, okay, when you come to a point where people who don't care, and we know they don't care, don't for a second, and I know you know, I'm just saying to anybody watching, like, don't think for a fucking second they care. So, like, when you know people who don't care, and one of the biggest questions is, how are you going to help African Americans? No, bro, we're the wounded calf. We're viewed as people who can't help themselves. And the reason we're viewed as people who can't help themselves is because we keep replaying and this is what I'm saying, a true narrative. It's a true narrative.
I've never in my life looked at us as people that can't help themselves. I understand that maybe others feel that way. That's what I have never felt like we were I've never felt that.
Right, but can I also give you not in a rude awakening, because you know this, but a rude awakening on camera.
Here we go.
We're two privileged black men sitting across from each other. Extremely privileged. And that's what I'm getting at. Look, I was at a barbecue the other day.
Perspective.
And you know, literally, I was at a barbecue the other day, and I was talking to Audie's stepfather's dad, or stepfather's son. And we were talking about shit, and we're talking about the election and all this kind of stuff. And we're laughing and we're saying stuff about, man, why don't get what we can't, and da-da-da. And then Greg Jr. And Greg Jr. went to a fucking Ivy League school, got in on a track scholarship. Greg played sports, did da-da-da. Got out of DWP with a great set. You know what I mean? Like, whole game, all ran the game. 3 kids prior. Other 2 kids, one's a track star, did something else. You feel me? It's whole, and we sitting there talking, and I literally said the same thing. I was like, yeah, bro. I'm like, it's crazy. We're talking. I'm like, but then again, like, look at what we're doing. I'm like, if my dad lived in Los Angeles, he'd be standing right here, and I'd be chopping it up with him. And you're chopping it up with your father and me about this. And I'm the new nigga in the situation. And he's sitting here grilling and putting you on game about like, this is not conventional. This is not what we usually have. And here's and once again, these are the things that make us behind. And it's I was talking to my homie the other day. He came in.
But see, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But it literally goes to perspective, because these are the things that I've always had. I understand the separation that you're trying to make, but me and all of my cousins and family and everyone, we've always had that. I have both sides of my family.
Right.
One side might be a little bit more unconventional than, but I've always had that. I've had,
but see,
my dad died. I still had my I have people to talk to me, look up, like, break shit down and pass on to me.
You wouldn't even.
I don't know.
You know what's even crazier? I didn't even take that into account, nigga. You really have like. Oh yeah, okay. Your dad did some cool shit. Your grandfather did some cool really
shit,
cool
and my grandfather ended up being my dad.
But still, that's like even the fact of like, realistically, like my dad didn't talk to his dad. I met him before, but like, no. And then on top of that, there's other pieces you miss. Like, for example, I'll always say I have the greatest dad in the world, right? But like, he don't grill. There ain't no barbecues. There ain't none of that shit. He working. That's what it is. And it's a different kind of, you see what I'm saying? So you can miss one part of it, you can miss another part of it. But there's niggas who don't get none of this whole whatever this pool of parts is.
It annoys me when they talk about, they only bring up black community as basically the underprivileged community that needs their help, and what are you gonna do for them? And I understand there are people that need that. I understand that there are people and everything like that. I just also do not like.
Listen, bro. Once again, though, that's why I brought it up. It frustrates me because as black people, we are extremely capable, and we have figured out things. A lot of us have gone far beyond. So what I'm getting at is this. Yes, as a culture, we need to understand. We need to understand the difference between entertainment and real life, because they found a great way of infusing what a lot of our real lives are into entertainment. And then 2, we need to understand we are capable, and we can't allow. Yes, okay, we're behind. We got it. Slavery happened.
I have a bit of a hypocritical mindset.
Let's move on to who we can really truly be, because as long as we want to hold on to, this used to happen, and we should know the stories, and then those stories should just be used as fuel to move forward. It shouldn't be a thing of, oh, well, this is why you can't do this because in 1930, because you know what? It doesn't help us. That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't help us.
I think that I have a bit of a hypocritical mindset, and that's why sometimes I say that I think in gray, because when I'm thinking of these things and I hear certain things, I'm like, we don't need your fucking help. We're good. Like, we can get shit done. But also, I am a person that's like, where's the fucking reparations for all the harm that you caused to my people and community? So it's like it's just weird. It's weird. Yeah.
I think sometimes it's one of those things. What do people say? Sometimes. I know it was in No Country for Old Men. It's one of my favorite quotes. Is sometimes when you're chasing after what's been took from you, more is going out the window. And I think as African Americans, that is where we are, and that is what it is. The more we try to right what's been wronged, it's not going to benefit us. But if we move forward with what we know now and teach our children what we know now, we can do it. And what I mean is, when I say do it, I even just mean we can be one of the leading.
I feel like that's the funny. I feel like we are. Like that's the thing. Like
we are in, but most of those things are not technological or engineering innovation. Most of those things are cultural and cool and fun.
I don't know, man.
No.
I don't like the statistics they put up because I feel like there are other statistics.
Yeah, but no. But can I put it this way?
Make a fucking narrative.
I won't say that. But this is all I'm getting at. Resources. Like you can make the assumption purely off of resources. Then I'm gonna give you a fact that my homie
because resources is exactly it. Because how often do they just steal our shit? How often
facts?
We're always making movies about how they fucking did us dirty.
Facts.
And how like they fucking move the goalpost and make it seem like they're the fucking geniuses when they probably just I think that's fair. But I also think there takes a certain level of resources to get in those rooms, and I know less of us are getting in those rooms. Nigga,
that's all I'm saying.
What's the lady who they fucking excavated her DNA, and basically her DNA is in all medicine that fucking cures people?
Oh, I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
No.
It's a black woman. It's a black woman, and they had to sue her because they took her DNA. All of her DNA basically is in like a lot of medicine, and it's used for like a lot of shit. Like they be killing us and taking our organs and being like, oh, we got medicine. Like they take our innovations, so it's like there's not even room for us to grow because they still holding us back.
Yeah, but see, then
they always do shit. And they're always gonna do shit.
Right.
And then it fucks with our perception of shit. And then they want to put out fucking statistics.
But see, then my thought process goes. See, I think there's only two ways to live being in the fucking industry I've been in my whole life. I would either be a fucking the world's against me guy, or I'd be this guy that I am. And I think the guy that I am goes, you're fucking right. That sounds ridiculous. So what's the phrase? Day something or day one? One day or day one, right? No, but here's my point. Right. So how do we create the resource?
Give me my motherfucking reparations.
See? Handouts. They're always looking for the handouts.
Nah, man. No. It's fun. No. I know what you're saying because that's exactly what they're gonna say.
What they're gonna
but
say.
The thing about it is, no, it's not handouts.
It's not handouts.
It's fucking unpaid labor.
No, right.
It's trauma. It's taking us from our fucking home world.
But Lemicah, can I just ask one question? Can I ask one question to you and all the people in this live before we?
They be stealing our land and being like, "Hey, it's our land now." They did that shit.
Are niggas gonna do anything good with it?
Whoa. What are you talking about? There's a bunch of good people that'll do good things with their money.
Who said good? Well, I said nothing about bad
good
people.
Niggas.
Bad. I just said nothing about. I said how many niggas are gonna do good things.
That's not
with
what
it.
you said. You said our niggas are gonna do good things with it.
Oh, well, I know.
You say how many?
Oh, okay. I'm
you
sorry.
Fucked up your statement,
I
bro.
framed it wrong. I would put $1,000 on less than 20% growing that wealth.
What is wrong with you, man? You gotta have a little faith,
No.
Like
it's not a faith game. Check this out. The only reason I say that is because
and then also
once again,
it doesn't motherfucking matter what motherfuckers do with their money.
Don't do that.
No, it don't.
Don't do that.
No, it don't. That's money owed, bro. That's money motherfucking owed. They give money to motherfucking Indians. They want to give money to motherfucking Japanese.
We get this.
No, we don't get this, and they don't get this.
No. What I'm saying is, I get that. But these people generally do things with that money that enrich their communities.
Yeah.
So all I'm getting at is
I don't give a fuck what evil motherfucking white people or motherfucking colonizers
is me.
With what they fucking do. They stole us. They owe us something.
They owe us something. 100%.
It don't matter what happens. Like if you see a
What
homeless
I'm
person,
saying is,
you're basically
they're
just gonna take that money and shoot up crack. Well, maybe they're gonna take that money.
Whoa,
homeless people. No,
crack?
$20 people.
Oh, we're talking about crackheads.
Homeless people. If they're like, I need money, you're gonna give them $20. Give them $10 if you. Why would I give them the money? They're just gonna shoot up crack with it. Give them the fucking $10, bro.
I'll buy them food.
I hate you.
Because that's what I do.
Give them $10.
Hey, nigga, you want a Whopper? Because I'm not buying you no crack. I can buy myself some weed.
Here's a loose $5 that I was going to give as a tip to someone.
Y'all hear this entitled nigga? Loose $5. I ain't had a loose $5 in my pocket since I don't know when.
Okay, Mr.
All these cables is
He got a lighting kit. It has 7 cameras.
This don't come in the
here,
kit.
and I just gave him another camera.
Yeah.
This nigga has fucking a beautiful.
That's why I ain't got no money. That's
why I can't give homeless people.
Are you ready? That's American Express points. Look at it.
Oh,
look at CNN. That's American Express points.
Oh my god.
It got AI in it.
Listen, man.
A nigga just dribbling.
With saying it don't motherfucking matter what anybody do with their motherfucking money. Give them what they are owed. Give them for all the distress, pain. Fucking yes, we are fucking traumatized people. We have PTSD.
Facts.
We have a lot of shit going on. We need money for that. All that shit going on, we need money for that. And whatever they fucking do with their money, they fucking lost it. But you did what the fuck you had. You did what you're supposed to do as a nation. You're supposed to take care of the people that fucking helped build this country.
100%. And that's fair. That is fair. That is a good argument. Lemicah Levert for president, people.
No, because you're not about to.
Ah, you looked at porn a couple times.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. You know, I got pictures of you do. I ain't gonna say it, but you might want to sign that bill.
$720 million.
Or it's going to the news. No,
nigga, you'd be giving our whole GDP to Ukraine.
No, the thing about it is also
they got a picture of my dick.
No, they wouldn't even. The thing about it is, I'm the type of nigga that'll Eminem himself. I'll tell before you can extort me. I'm gonna tell on myself. I just don't want that. I don't want that embarrassment.
Yeah.
So I'd rather
that's a different
leave
level
it alone.
Of embarrassment.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can't extort me. I promise you, I'll tell.
You know what I just realized? That's why it's all old niggas. Well, I said that earlier. Yeah. One guy doesn't give a fuck. The other guy's too old to know. Yeah, because old niggas, bro. Think of it this way: at 70, if I was even able to be in the running for this, I don't give a fuck. Well, if you find this shit, what you're gonna find a picture of I'd love to see my 25-year-old dick. I haven't seen that in years. Woo, man, it used to stand up like that. Like that's how I'd feel. Like, yeah, no.
What are you gonna
do? Times were different. And you can always pull that.
I'm already like an old man in spirit.
Who you telling?
You know? So I'm like, nigga, what are you gonna... Anything. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
And I'm right there with you.
I'm telling on me. But I just don't want to, so I'm not running.
Yeah,
I don't want to, but I'm willing to.
At this rate. Oh, who won the debate? 67% margin for
What kind of dumbass fucking
who
won the debate?
Who
the
voted?
Man who fucking was demenced and didn't know where he was, or the man who could just lie for hours?
Before the debate, 55. After the debate, 67.
Listen, bro. At the end of the day, wait, Biden. So Trump was always ahead.
Always ahead. Listen, I think we're done here.
Real. Trump's gonna win. If not, have fun with Kamala Harris for the next 3 years.
I mean, it's just. And we out.
Bye.
Peace.
I'm often surrounded by.
Man, you like Michael, right?
Yes, sir.
You know what? I didn't know if you realize Michael digs you too. Did you know that?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna show you how much Michael digs you. Sandy, show me that.
Hey, Maestro and Vibe, I heard you made it big, so that means you're getting on TV without me, without me happening to help you get on TV. But if you want to be like Mike, first of all, you got to cut your hair. You got to go to North Carolina. You got to wear North Carolina shorts. You got to then get drafted by the Chicago Bulls. And then you have to drink Gatorade. So that's a good start. But I think you already have a great start. So I wish you the best. Hope I get the chance to work with you somewhere down the road again. And if you ever become a star, all I want from you is an autograph. So take care. Good luck.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, 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 Maestro, Maestro, Maestro Man, yeah. I've got to be a Maestro Man. I've got to be a Maestro. Maestro.
Maestro.
Oops. This fall, you got to be a fan of the man.
It's not your place to set me up with girls.
Right. Do that for me.
Have fun.
Thanks, man.
Guys Like Us, starring Maestro. Premieres Monday, October 5th on UPN. This fall, meet the coolest kid on television.
Yep.
He's Maestro, the little man with a big attitude.
I'm the king of the world.
A little guy with two big guys to look out for.
You behave.
You too.
He does all their cooking,
Oops.
handles all their dating,
So you can make your move.
but they do all the complaining.
You left one of your action figures in the bathtub.
So?
Batman ended up in the wrong Batcave.
Adults, will they ever grow up? Guys Like Us premieres Monday, October 5th on UPN.
If you're looking for something new to watch on Monday nights, well, then you're welcome to hang out with Guys Like Us. But you don't want to forget to mention him. Oh, right, him. Over here. Yeah. Don't forget about us. Yeah, us. I mean, the show isn't all about him. I taught him that dance. That's Maestro. Yeah, he's with us.
No, they're with me.
Guys Like Us, Mondays this fall on the United Paramount Network.
Mondays this fall, you can hang out with Guys Like Us. Right, Maestro?
Right.
Or you can watch them.
You stole my husband! You stole my lipstick.
Once again, there's Guys Like Us, or there's them. So if you're not into Melrose Place, slap that remote in your hand.
Watch Guys Like Us.
You stole my remote control. Come on, don't be a baby. I saw it first. Baby, come on.
Adults can be such children.
Guys Like Us, Mondays this fall on UPN.
Sometimes I dream that he is me.
Got to see that's how I dream to be.
I dream I move. I dream I groove.
Like Mike. If I could be like Mike. I wanna be like Mike.
Like Mike.
If I could be like Mike.
Be like Mike.
Oh.
Be like Mike. Yeah, I try. Oh, just need to fly. Oh, yes, just one day if I could be that way. I dream I move.
Like Mike.
If I could be like Mike. If I could be like
What's up, Mike? Be like Mike. Like Mike. If I could be like Mike.
I'm not going to sing.
doctors are good to you, and they have good manners, and they read dictionaries, and they be good to people, then they be good to people, and they're good doctors. Dr. Adam is a good doctor. Dr. Adams 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 HBO. I don't know those.